In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris. There's masking tape on this microphone.
It's been there for forever.
I've only just noticed
Decades.
it. Has it?
We dug that out of a Roman amphitheatre.
That's not very professional.
It's holding the...
That's Roman masking tape.
Oh, I see. Like the roads.
For some reason, that microphone doesn't want to stay in its clamp. I assume it's because it's just full of spit and bullshit.
It's trying to get away from me.
Yeah. We were having a very serious, a genuine adult conversation before we started recording, and then like a light switch, the bullshit began.
Yeah, I'm in character now, John.
He's an actor.
You're right.
Or an entertainer.
I'm actually a very...
he can turn on the talent.
Yeah, I'm actually a very
railway.
He's very much a railway.
Read. That's all part of the character.
Because you've read.
I'm actually a very well-read individual.
Oh yes.
Are you?
Yeah. But I just get in character.
What was
for
the
this.
last book you read?
What? Kindle, I think it was called.
Kindle,
yes,
by Amazon.
That's a good joke.
Was it?
That's a good joke because that's a reading platform.
Device.
That's what I said.
And what's the latest download on your Kindle? I don't know, the Jill's season program or something like that.
No, but it should be. They should do that.
They publish that on Kindle.
I highly doubt they have the technology to do that.
Maybe we have got one fading computer in the back. Yeah.
I think you're not far off.
Yeah.
I've been in that office, and you're not far off.
How often do they print a program?
Every home game.
But
clubs lose money doing it.
Really?
They charge. It's like a 100-page pamphlet essentially with the latest news, fixtures, this interviews, blah blah blah.
Ads.
And they sell it for what, £3-4 quid?
Right.
And not that many people buy them anymore.
Right.
Well, it's gone digital now.
Well, indeed.
It's on Kindle. Everyone's gone digital.
How often?
So they don't make money off them.
How often is there a home game?
Every 2 weeks, give or take.
So they're publishing like a 100-page magazine.
It's like hardcore.
That's tough.
That is
pretty hardcore.
How much of that is ags?
More so.
85%.
Yeah. Quite a lot.
Fencing companies and the like. Yeah,
it is a lot.
Gravel
of
by the ton.
But I think programs are just there for the traditionalists in football. I don't think they.
Do you think people collect them as souvenirs?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they definitely do. But things are so well produced now and overproduced now that nothing's really a collector's item anymore.
That is true. Wow, that's a powerful thought to kick off today's episode.
Just what new collector's items are there that are genuine collector's items, not just because they put a sticker on it?
This is the thing. Can you make something a collector's item by saying collector's item?
What would come out now, right? What would come out now that in the future would be rare?
I have an answer.
Go on.
So video games get collector's edition releases.
Okay.
That typically
But they're telling you that's a collector's edition.
Yeah, I accept that.
They didn't bring out.
But they usually
shit
come
in the
with a
olden
thing,
days.
maybe a figurine or something.
Sure.
That you actually can't get anywhere else.
Okay.
So
well,
there's only
that.
so many thousands of
I accept that
And
premise.
are you saying something like buying something completely innocuous today and then in 50 years' time it's worth...
Yeah, like Antiques Roadshow. Imagine the Antiques Roadshow in 50 years, but they're talking about the shit we buy now.
It's probably like...
It's going to be like Pokemon
But you can't imagine that,
cards,
can you?
Yeah.
Because everything's so mass-produced.
Yeah.
You can't imagine that being the case.
Well, we get like...
Oh, I see what you mean in terms of like
something that's so
now,
rare that they go on the telly with it, like a chamber
it'll be
pot.
a vase, yeah,
a chamber pot.
But now we buy our vases from Lakeland Plastics.
This chamber pot was once besmirched by the Duke of Wessex, and is therefore worth 53,000 yen.
So do you mean? Okay, well look.
I don't think that's very much. I think that's like 500 quid.
Okay, well Nicholas brought up
Hello.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so they're mass produced.
the last valuable thing.
But
left
I
in
couldn't
the
go
world.
on the Antiques Roadshow and go, "Hi, I bought my Pokemon cards." Because everyone would just go on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Everything's overexposed and overproduced. So you can't go on YouTube. You can't go and watch the Antiques Roadshow and go, "Oh, a Pokemon card. I wonder what the value of that could be." on the open market.
I'm not sure what your point is.
My point is that people would already know that information.
Oh, I see.
People would already know it's rare.
Yeah.
So
you can't go on YouTube and look how much a chamber pot is worth.
Okay, so you're not. Oh, okay. So
Antiques Roadshow serves its own purpose.
I think I'm following you down this confusing
Yeah.
road here.
I'm saying nothing's going to be rare anymore from like 10 years ago.
Sure.
Onwards.
Because stuff used to be handmade,
Yeah.
but now it's mass
Stuff was genuinely unique.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like,
Whereas
one of a
now
kind.
we're just
artisanal.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't see it anywhere else, or you would have no reason to know it
What?
exists.
Oh, what about art?
What about art?
What about because fine artists are still making bullshit fine
Yeah.
art? Like there might be an artist now called like Francis Zip.
I like that.
Francis Zip,
I'm a big fan of
modern
He's got
artist.
zip on all his canvases.
He writes Zip in the
He
corner.
puts zip,
Yeah.
and he has a zip somewhere.
Oh, yes.
And you've got to find the zip.
I'm sorry. It just struck me that like you could summarize that that little conversation there is basically our entire podcast. Nick going, "What about art?" and you going, "What about art?"
Yeah.
What about it? What about it? Tell me what the art stuff in the world.
Fucking doodles, isn't it?
It's worth nothing, is it?
Okay, so yeah,
I think
So in like
art's probably
100
a
years'
good-
time-
Art's probably a good example of one that would be
Just
apt.
about is hanging on.
I think, yeah, because that is truly unique, and you could someone could draw something, like you could draw something now, and in 10 years from now you've made it bigger than you have already. Imagine that.
if that's even possible.
and then that art that you've done innocuously and just thought, oh, this will be a laugh.
Yeah, just a little scribble
is
of a book.
worth hundreds of thousands of yen.
Could happen. We're back to yen again.
Yeah.
you're very much talking about like unique pieces of
like
if
original, traditional.
If I carved a chair, is that the kind of thing we're talking about? Like maybe that would be worth money. And
Well, it depends what you do.
If you're not
in
an
the
artist,
future.
John.
if I kill 10 people,
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
then that chair is-
Oh, that's serial killer.
Yeah. That kind of thing, exactly. Yeah.
That
It's the chair made by the serial killer.
Yeah.
this
That
is
would
where
be
he sat
huge.
when he was
That would make-
when he was boiling the tallow.
I'll be honest, John. That's the first thing I'm stealing when they ultimately
sure,
find
yeah.
you and arrest you. So get on the Antiques Roadshow in 50 years.
That's the problem, isn't it? You'll have the spare key.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
there's a brief window before
Yeah.
when the police take me down, and then
Yes.
they have to enter
And they collect
my house.
everything for
Yeah.
evidence.
And you very quickly rush over.
You
with
and I are the only two people with spare. We'll rush into the house.
Me and Nick will be the first in. Yeah.
got a
I'll
bin bag,
grab
yeah.
everything.
Tamper with every bit of
Might
evidence.
be.
Yeah.
Spit everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll do.
And just take things that look like they could go on the Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But
kind
we'll
of
have to
thing.
hold on to it like 50 years.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I
And
got
you-
space.
And you
Yeah.
break into my house and you're like, oh, look at that. His six dining chairs.
Yeah.
Each of those is going to be worth 50 grand soon.
50 yen.
And then
Yeah.
you smash 5 of them.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah. Well, exactly, because then the one that remains is
Exactly.
worth
yeah.
at least 6 combined.
Yes, indeed.
Probably
yeah.
more.
I guess
probably,
that's the reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would take the sofa cushion that you sit on.
Yeah,
I'd be like, this is
that's a
where
good
he,
one.
this is where he sat and
Ah,
watched
yeah.
and watched his
That was his
little-
ass.
But there is
Yeah.
art
Yeah.
even in here. You know,
In here,
there's
there's
a canvas up there of Afterlife ink on it.
Yeah, but that was I didn't like
That's-
hand paint that. That was
No, but
painted.
that's unique in its own way,
It's relatively unique.
isn't
I
it?
suppose it is
It's
relative.
got a signature on it.
But that
Francis Zip?
that's
Oh, there's the zip.
that signature was part of the artwork though.
Oh.
Yeah, that isn't
forget
actually-
it.
yeah.
That's probably worth.
Yeah,
nothing.
forget it's fucking
But if I got an
shit.
actual,
that's probably
if I got an
another
actual piece of like an actual pen out.
But
and
presumably
wrote-
you have like a signed something of Afterlife ink. You've signed it. The artist has signed it.
Yeah,
Nick
do you
signed it.
Do you have some
I've signed
original traditional art, or is everything you've ever had for Afterlife Ink digital?
That's interesting.
I have
That's a good question.
It's a very good question from me.
Roy.
Roy.
Oh, yeah.
Roy.
Zip.
Roy Zip gave me an original page from a story in the first book. So I do own that.
hand-drawn.
Is that
Hand-drawn.
all? You only have the one
Yes,
page?
that's the only thing I have.
And
Wow.
I would say that is probably one of the most valuable Afterlife ink commodities there is.
That's my
Would you say?
that's my pension fund.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Because even Heavenly Chord, I drew that entirely digitally, so there are no originals for that.
Boom.
The closest thing, though, that we do have is I thumbnailed the whole thing traditionally.
Yeah.
So I drew that with pencil on paper, and I think I have a stack of those thumbnails somewhere.
Think is the key word there.
Yeah, well, I didn't throw them away.
Ah.
You're getting into NFT territory now again.
Oh, no.
But I'm talking about physical things that could go on the Antiques Roadshow. Forget, you can't
It's
take an
gotta be
NFT
physical.
on the Antiques Roadshow.
Thing is,
No,
like,
probably not.
my
they would,
respect,
they'd laugh you out of there. They
They
would.
probably would, they would.
my respect for the Antiques Roadshow
Yeah.
Would
has-
plummet.
it's already gone down.
Why?
Because
What do they have
on
on there?
What do they
a
do?
family holiday,
no.
my parents were watching the Antiques Roadshow recently, a few months ago.
They do.
I haven't watched this show in 10 years,
No.
maybe,
No.
if not longer.
Yeah.
And now they do special effects and weird shit.
No.
What? What do you mean special effects?
Well, somebody bought a
do you mean?
DeLorean.
Oh.
Oh, what, to be valued and everything?
Yeah, I think.
But that's
yeah.
the kind of you're
And they
getting
added, like,
you're getting onto
Yeah.
mass production territory now. Because I could go online. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
I could go online and go, oh, how much is a DeLorean worth? And I could find that out fairly easily.
So
I don't need
is
to
your-
watch the
is
Antiques
your
Roadshow.
issue? Your issue is more that if you can Google it, the magic is gone.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought your
Yeah.
issue was more that we're not hand-making vases anymore.
Well, that is part of it.
Part of it. But it's more.
It's more so that there's no mystery in anything anymore.
We're
is
not
there?
hand carving DeLoreans anymore.
and I can't imagine something being created now beyond maybe art,
yeah.
that would be independently valued as being unique or be valued just purely because it's
see.
unique and hasn't been defined by in of itself
So-
as a collector's item.
So you're kind of like a one-off, like
Yeah,
whatever it
kind
is.
of.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want anything mass
Rarity. That's what I'm looking
There
for.
was a DeLorean parked on my street the other day.
Was there?
What?
Not
From the future?
Not adapted to look like the one from the movie. Just a base DeLorean.
Wow.
It was, and it was gone the next day, so it was obviously drivable. It was obviously a
Was
real.
there like flames?
No.
2 lines of flames? No.
No,
When-
'cause that's the magical one.
When Fiona Bruce got into the DeLorean and sped away,
Yeah.
they digitally
Did the
added
flames?
flames.
Did they look
afterwards.
really
I
realistic?
see, yeah.
No.
No.
But that's to get us on board, isn't it?
for youth.
That's what they're trying to do.
But
They're
there
trying to
can only be
appeal
so
to us
many-
by doing things like that.
That's true, actually. That's another sickening thing. Is how much
Yeah.
you look around now and you're like, that's for me. That's
Yeah.
specific.
I don't want
it's
it.
like it's like seeing Skeletor advertise car insurance. It's
Yeah.
like, that's for me.
I don't want it.
Fuck.
I do not want it.
I didn't like Skeletor then. I don't like
Yeah.
it now.
Why would you buy Why would
okay.
you buy
Let's get
car
into it.
insurance off a villain?
Yeah, that's a bit dumb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bit dumb there.
Although,
Yeah,
is
it's
the
like Darth Vader trying to sell me laser eye surgery.
Well, he does have very good control
Yeah,
of his
yeah.
laser stick.
Yeah.
He does have very good control, and he's very strong with the Force.
Oh, that's true. I mean, he wasn't as strong with the stick in 1977 as he is now.
No, it was a bit stiff back then.
He was a bit rigid then.
But a CGI version of him would do a really good job on your eyes.
I think there's certain cartoon characters I would trust more to open a bank account with.
Who's
right?
that?
Okay.
Well, for example, a few years ago
Super
when
10.
they had one of the big UK banks had like all the Hanna-Barbera
Yeah.
characters.
Halifax.
I don't think I'd buy a
Is that
bank account
Halifax?
off Top Cat.
Top Cat was selling bank accounts.
I don't think I'll
remember
buy
that.
one off him.
I
'Cause
would,
he's like a street cat gangster.
He's
dude.
out- he's
out to
arrogant.
get my
but
money.
He's arrogant.
but out of that, a choice between Top Cat and Fred Flintstone, I'd go with Top Cat.
Well,
he's
that's
got-
probably fair.
yeah, he's got
the more
that's
modern
probably
outlook.
fair. Because look at Fred. Just look at him.
Doesn't wear trousers, the fella.
Can't afford him.
Or does Top Cat wear trousers?
Probably
a
not,
cat,
but he's a
isn't he?
cat.
He's
a
wearing a
cat.
waistcoat.
Fred
though.
Flintstone should know
Yeah,
better.
he's a
Yeah.
classy. But Fred Flintstone has a tie.
That's true.
Don't forget.
Yeah. These are all things we need to work
Yeah.
out.
I guess we need to put the pros and cons column together for it, really, to truly know.
Yeah.
But for now, I'd go with Top Cat probably off the top of my head.
If Optimus Prime tried to sell me a high interest saving account,
Yeah.
I might.
That'd be
I
that'd be
might
good.
be in on it. Although Optimus Prime, the movie Optimus Prime, he's now doing car.
Yes, he
he's
is.
doing car insurance, or
Which is
something, isn't he?
ironic because a lot of cars get smashed up in those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need
So-
to insure your car.
Well, maybe
If
that's
Optimus
his whole
is around,
point.
wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's stomping about down your street.
What I find depressing, well, actually, there's a lot that's depressing about those adverts, is that A, it's Optimus Prime selling car insurance.
Yeah.
And B, they couldn't get the guy who did his voice.
Really?
Who does his voice?
Just some guy imitating an actor.
Oliver Prime.
Oliver Prime. Good.
Good.
Imagination's running wild.
Yeah, he's-
Amazon Prime, I think.
But no, it's just some guy who's like, I'm roll out.
Yeah.
Car insurance.
Car insurance.
Roll out.
Roll out.
Roll out the car insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very compelling advert.
How much money do you think they paid?
Well, here's another thing.
Hasbro owns it, right?
But is this Michael Bay's?
Hasbro
Like-
owns that as well, though.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah,
Who
I
owns the
think-
file?
Yeah.
Like literally, like the CGI of
The
Optimus.
double click and
Yeah.
it appears on
Yeah.
your
But
But
desktop,
surely
yeah.
they've paid money, whichever the car insurance sales house is,
yeah.
to have that Optimus Prime's image selling their product.
One would imagine, yeah.
Can't they just make an advert that says, look, we know this advert's shit, right? But I feel like I've talked about this before. I probably have. We know this advert's shit, but we promise it means our insurance is better.
That's quite a
Sure.
good angle.
You
I
know.
mean, so you have a blue
We've
screen.
not hired Ryan Reynolds to sell our product.
No, the ad opens and it's like
Yeah.
a Windows desktop, and
Yeah.
the cursor just goes ooh, click click on a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
The PowerPoint goes full screen.
Yeah.
And then some animated text goes, and it just goes,
Yeah.
this ad is a bit shit.
Yeah.
But that means we've spent all
We've
of our
saved
money
money,
on our incredible service.
and we are giving you a lower rate of interest.
little cursor, click, end card, end of ad. That would be quite funny.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
because we've not spent money on
That's
Ryan
really
Reynolds.
smart.
but because humans and culture are shit,
Yes.
I'd probably still go with. I
Optimus
don't know.
Prime.
Oh, I would, yeah. And I made the advert, so
Yeah.
I'd still go.
You
with
go
the
and
other one.
compare the meerkats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want Jason the Wheeled Warriors to
interesting.
convince me.
Yeah.
The guys from Mask.
yeah.
Yeah. I want all of that.
Kit Cloud Kicker from Tailspin. he could advertise plane like flight insurance. Like,
Yeah.
Because he's out the back of a plane
Yeah.
kicking clouds.
Yeah.
It would be like, I mean, is it that easy? Like, we're being cynical here, but is it working?
What?
All
Oh,
this
is this?
shit-
Yes, of course it's fucking working.
as in, like,
We're remembering
are
it.
people in their mid to late 30s opening
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Brand awareness.
This is probably.
Brand awareness,
I'm
yeah.
gonna stake my reputation on this.
Yeah.
That's probably the most successful ad campaign they've seen in years.
Yeah.
I bet you any money.
So there are people like us, maybe a little behind us on the kind of, the mortgage side of things, who are purchasing their first house with the aid of Snagglepuss, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
right. Yeah.
And trusting it because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And then they get them in the door, and then they sell them, and it's too late then.
Dude, it doesn't matter what
Doesn't
they fucking
matter. It
bought
doesn't
at that
matter
point.
who they remember.
No.
And then in a few years' time, when like your house is being
Yeah,
repossessed,
exactly.
I'd be like,
who are
but
you going to blame? Who are you going to blame?
Droopy?
Nondescript salesman whose name you can't remember, or Bagpuss?
Yeah.
Who are you blaming? I'm blaming Bagpuss.
And they have an incredible defense because Bagpuss, get this, he's fictional.
He is fictional.
Yeah, so that you can't get him in court.
Yeah. Is he fictional?
He's not a real
well,
cat.
I mean, there's.
Who played him?
He's a puppet.
I don't know.
Who played Bagpuss? They got,
Probably
a cat, they got a cat in another cat.
Oliver Prime. I think.
Brian,
Another one of his roles.
Yeah.
Brian
he's,
Puss.
he's going.
Brian Puss.
He's going places. Oliver Prime. isn't he?
Oliver Prime is.
Yeah.
He's voicing a lot of characters.
Yeah.
I just have the idea of like the bailiffs kicking in your door, and you're like, "But Daffy Duck told me."
Yeah.
Right before his beak flipped backwards over his head.
I'd like it if your door was kicked in and it was Bagpuss in a SWAT
Yeah.
team outfit.
It's just the hands come over and wipe his eyes. I can't believe it.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. While I am culturally aware of Bagpuss, I
Sure.
can't remember what he sounds like or what he did.
I don't think he speaks. I think a narrator goes,
What was-
saggy, baggy old puss.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And he accompanies him on the
I don't think
the
that he
repossession.
actually talks, but I could be very wrong there.
Who
So
were
please
the-
phone in.
Who were the ones who were
The
like
lines are hot.
Bagpuss, who were from the moon?
Oh,
the,
Clangers.
The Clangers. Thank you.
Yeah, and they whistled, didn't they?
Yeah.
I
Could be
won't
the
do that.
Clangers, couldn't it? They'll pop along.
Wait, haven't?
I think the Clangers have advertised.
Yes,
shit,
haven't the Clangers?
because I think that was the
Yeah.
generation before us.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That was X.
Yeah,
That's
but
how it works.
the Clangers were advertising government bonds.
Oh my
you know.
That's good.
That is great.
They
Do you
live-
remember?
What a time to be
Do you
alive.
remember when before we started recording?
No.
We
In
said
general,
let's
or-
not waffle
Did
because
we?
we've
Did we
got-
say that?
We did.
Did
Oh, we
we?
said,
Oh,
we
no,
did
I
we
say
don't
said we've got
say that,
community
yeah.
We
hates
said we've got
this
community
episode.
hates. And we said we won't waffle.
Yes.
We'll keep things
And then
tight
some
and
guy
crisp.
started talking about the Antiques Roadshow, and now here we are.
Some
Yeah.
dickhead.
I can't remember which one of us it was. I don't think it's important.
There's no need to point
No,
fingers at this
no.
point.
I don't think it's important.
Well, I've got hate.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Nick's got. Oh, Nick's is going for it. Yeah, all right.
So I was in the doctor's recently.
Oh,
Are you okay?
was that it?
Don't worry, I'm fine.
The doc-
I give them blood regularly.
Do you?
Yeah.
They don't ask for it.
They don't ask for it.
No.
No, I just storm in and just like, it's time. And like,
He's back.
He's back.
like 2 guns. I squirt blood into everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it. They ask me
They,
for it.
they really love
Yeah,
it there.
5 stars, they say.
Yeah. You're one of the lucky ones.
I was I was sat in the waiting room. There was a poster on the wall, and it said something to the effect of, "If it's not an emergency, don't dial 999. Dial 111."
Yeah.
Right. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with this,
Yes.
but I sat there looking at that, and I was like, "Well, how the fuck do I know?"
What's an emergency?
So, like, I know when something's an emergency.
Yeah.
And I know when something's not an emergency, right?
Yeah.
So I know when this whole thing is my hate, right?
Sure.
So if someone's leg has snapped and there's like a bone sticking out,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's probably an emergency.
Probably an
Let's
emergency,
call
that
an
one.
ambulance.
Probably.
Right? If I've got a sore throat, I'm not going to call an ambulance.
No.
But what if I have a weird lump on my forehead, right? And I've got
Yeah.
constant headaches.
Okay.
And I call, well, I don't know if this is an emergency or not,
Yeah.
because I'm not a fucking doctor,
Yeah.
am I? So I'll call 111. Beep beep beep. Hello. Yes, I've got constant headaches. My
Yeah.
vision is obscured by what looks like a prismatic void in space,
Yeah.
and also I've got this huge lump on my forehead.
Mm.
And they're like, fuck, dude!
Yeah.
Like, you should have called 999.
Why are
And I'm
you
like,
calling us?
"Oh, because it's already begun."
Yeah.
And then I collapsed. And I'm just
Those are the
dribbling.
last words you'll hear.
Yeah, and
you
they're like,
fucking
"Sir?
moron.
Sir?"
Why didn't you phone 999?
Exactly. I don't know if that's an emergency.
What
or
if you
not.
have to like gauge it? What if it's more of like a 555?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I need a spectrum because
Yeah.
I don't think this is a 999. but
That should be a thing.
It might be an
Yeah,
888.
Come on.
You know?
It's screaming. Are there other like three? Like we know 111 is a thing.
Yeah.
And 999 is a thing.
118, they used to sell insurance.
That's true.
But that was 118. 118.
That's
You
true.
had to do it
Oh,
twice.
that's true. You couldn't.
I've
yeah.
never dialed.
You can dial 150 for your voicemail.
Can you?
But that's your voicemail. That's probably not mine.
Oh, all right. What do you dial?
But you can
I don't
dial
know.
150 to get his.
150.
I could,
yeah.
Get my voicemail.
Yeah.
I don't really get voicemails.
Yeah, I genuine question though. Like in the UK, are there other 3-digit numbers that we don't know about?
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
What's 222?
Oh,
We could just randomly dial some. and see
we'll
what
never know
happens.
for
might
sure. Should
be
we dial
legal.
it?
We might get arrested.
Right.
Just
Let's
gonna dial.
I'm going to dial
You're
it.
just gonna dial 222.
Dial
Yeah.
222.
Let's see what
What
happens.
if it's the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Well,
What if it's the harbour
I'll
master?
tell him I'm inland.
It's like
It'll answer by then.
we always get these calls. He's fucking
two.
inlanders.
Right, I'm going to put it on speaker.
Here we go.
Okay, 222.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hear
okay.
that?
Which one's it?
Again, the number you have called is not recognized. Please check.
So that what?
She
that-
sounds nice.
She does sound nice.
Um,
that wasn't one.
What's the talking clock?
Oh, I've never done the talking. clock.
No.
Pound.
Siri.
Pound symbol, Batman. Don't say
Pound.
Siri. Fuck's
Si-
sake.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Did it,
that's
did,
gonna-
did it do
It
anything?
might.
Pound.
We did this
Pound.
before.
Pound symbol. Oh shit.
Why did you say pound?
USSD.
What are you talking about?
What?
USSR?
What?
Did you just call Putin?
Put that down. That's the trigger. That's the trigger key.
Okay, why don't I try?
Try 555.
Try 555.
Go on, John.
For like the middling emergency.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I think there should be a mid-emergency number.
That's when they say, "What's your emergency?" but in like a stern voice.
Okay.
What's your emergency?
Now, what's the emergency?
555.
Go on,
Is
put
it
it on
gonna,
speaker.
Is it
John.
going to work?
Put it on speaker.
I'm trying. Hang on. I've got to.
Dialed is no longer in service.
No,
No
longer.
longer service.
So it was something.
What did it used to be?
Well, I don't know. This is intriguing now. Now Nick has to pick one.
I'm not going to do 666 because I feel like that's
That's
actually no,
asking
I
for
am
trouble.
gonna do
That is
666
asking for trouble
actually.
there.
Oh, metal. We're metal.
Yeah,
on
just-
it.
666.
Ozzy Osbourne answered the phone.
Sharon.
Been given access to this service. Sorry, you've not been given access.
You've not been given
I've not been
access
given
to the,
access
it's a
to
private
that one.
network.
Wait.
That's
Set-
the Satanist number,
That's the
right?
that's the devil.
is that
the
like-
devil set up his own line?
But I must have a what?
Is that like some secret number for like prime ministers and royalty or something like that?
Nuclear code bullshit. Like, what if you have to be on a certain list to be able to call 666?
Yeah.
What if it's inverted 999? What if it's if you've caused a problem?
If you,
what if you're like a serial killer?
or if you're
something?
really healthy.
Ah, yes.
Like, hi, I'm just reporting.
No, it's like if you want to give your amazing blood out, like I do every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just reporting to you that I'm exceptionally healthy.
I am great.
Yeah,
right
thank
now.
you.
Yeah, don't worry.
That's probably what that
Stop
is.
worrying, everyone. They put you on the not to worry list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What have you found out, John?
John's looking things up now.
Shut up. Shut up.
For
Shut up and let me
prestige.
talk.
I've learned things.
We'll share it.
Well, I feel
Podcast.
like you're keeping it to yourself. John.
Yeah, it does feel like that. Maybe he's been told to because he's got access
John's
to
part.
666.
John's part of the Illuminati now.
What was the? We got 101.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Police non-emergency.
Okay, but yeah, I guess I can probably guess what that is.
but by that same
What
logic,
would that,
I
what would
guess
that be? Youths causing.
yeah,
well,
a youth,
loitering.
Yeah.
spat a Tic Tac at me.
Yeah. Whilst on TikTok.
That's what made
Yeah,
it
yeah.
more of a yeah. No, that's 999.
105.
Oh,
The National Power Cut Service.
I had a power cut last night.
If you
Should've
but you
called.
probably dialed it. That's
Yeah,
why,
that's probably why, yeah,
I can
yeah.
organize. I can get a
105 is my
citywide
voicemail.
blackout.
150 is my voicemail. 150 is my voicemail.
So there's a lot of 101s. I don't really care about those.
112
Oh, what's that?
emergency number.
What?
This is managed by the European Emergency Number Association. Aims to provide people in the European Union with an emergency response.
Well, we're not in the European
Well, I guess
Union,
it's no
so
longer.
That's irrelevant.
Then.
There was 119, which is the NHS track and trace.
Oh yeah.
123.
Oh yeah.
What would that be?
Talking clock.
Talking clock.
Hey! Call the talking clock, John.
Talk the talking clock, Joel.
888. Oh no, 888 was proposed.
For
what?
Public safety.
Oh.
like if there's a meteor or something.
The new service has been proposed and greeted with a mixed reception. Well, yes, welcome to the UK. The idea is to allow people to use
Has
an app.
anything ever been greeted with like a euphoric reception?
Yeah.
The idea is that it's not in place, but you would dial 888. It would trigger GPS tracking.
Oh.
On your location.
Yeah. So if you need people to follow you.
Find me. Call 888.
Oh, also worth a mention. 555.
You tried that?
One of us did.
No, John tried that.
No, but it said it didn't work or
No longer in
service. 555 was introduced by film companies in the 1950s in America. Oh, okay.
In
To
America.
curb prank callers who saw numbers in movies.
Oh.
Okay.
That's in The Simpsons. They do 555 a lot.
Yeah, it's like a. Oh, okay.
Call 555.
So what
Ice cream or whatever.
So what did I dial then?
You dialed 555.
Well, I did, but what came of it?
Nothing.
You got this is no longer in
So
use.
it's no longer in use.
I found a video explaining it, but I'm not going to play that video on
We
air.
encourage you, listener, to dial all the 3 digits you can think of, and let us know if any of them work.
This is a really old. Whoa! This is a
I
new.
can't find anything about what 666 is.
This is a news article from 2000.
Oh yes.
Well, fuck, I remember the year 2000.
Yeah.
They've probably got antiques from the
Remember
year
the-
2000 now,
They probably have, like Millennium Bug.
and they're taking them to the Antiques Roadshow now.
What is it, John?
No, I'm sorry. I can't read this news item from 2000 because it's behind a paywall.
There you go.
Oh, well, you better
So-
pay then.
Is that the Independent?
We'll use the show called Hey Budget.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We wasted that on beer.
I'm very intrigued about 666 and the fact that I don't have access. My number does not have access to that
Yeah.
service. I'm
I
very
mean, if you
intrigued.
Google 666, there's going to be bigger issues.
Well, I did, and,
Oh.
and there is.
Oh, there are. They're on their way.
Yeah, something about the beast.
Yeah.
Something about the pit.
Sure.
You know, all of that.
All of
seven,
that.
7 circles. You know.
Isn't there a debate about whether if you are biblically minded, there is some.
Biblically minded.
If you're biblically minded, there's some debate as to whether it is 666 or whether it's 616.
Oh, really? What, the
is it
number
on-
of the
where-
beast?
Yeah.
Why is it his number?
Why is it his number? Why does he
why
need a
is it-
number?
why
Does
is-
Jesus have a number?
Because he's always online and he's
Yeah.
always down to porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
he's a horn dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he loves it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's got 2
Yeah.
horns
At least.
and dicks.
2 horns. 2 horns, 1 tongue. That's what they say.
Oh.
Oh, but sorry, do you want to? I feel we kind of sidetracked
No, I'm fine with
your,
it.
your hate. Yeah.
That's really it, to be honest. It's just like I've got to self-assess. I've got to self-diagnose, and that's the one thing they say you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Because that's what doctors are for. And I worry that there are far too many complaints, symptoms, situations, scenarios that you might find yourself in. Because I would have enough fucking anxiety, right, about calling
Sure.
999. I've got a split
Don't
leg,
wanna waste
right?
their time.
I've got a bone sticking out, like the gleaming white
Yeah.
of my bone, and I'm like, I don't want to bother anyone
No.
though. I'll just hop in my car and I'll
just-
drive myself round. I'll go to A&E.
I'll dial 2 of the ones. Just in case.
I'll dial 19
Yeah.
and 2 of the ones.
Yeah.
911.
Dial
Wait.
911. And they'll be there within a reasonable delay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to put anyone out. You know, ambulance guys have it tough.
Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What happened? We found you in a lay-by. Oh, I was just driving to hospital. Yeah, I think I passed out when I applied pressure to the accelerator. Yeah.
I'll just try it again.
Oh, there we go.
There he goes again.
Yeah, I don't want to put you out though, so if you just leave me
We'll
here.
dial 111 for you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
There we are.
Great, I
Oh,
guess.
sometimes it's just nice to have a lie down in this workaday world.
111.
I don't want to
I have a
complain.
Splintered bone. You should have called 999. Oh, should I?
Yeah.
Oh, how convenient. Well, we've just wasted a pint of blood having this conversation, haven't we? Boom. Fucking hell.
I think when I was having those kind of like crippling stomach cramp problems.
Yes, see, this is a good example.
A few years ago, I remember we had to go to A&E. Lucy took me to A&E, which I think she loved.
Yes.
See, here's the thing.
Oh.
I feel like there's a difference between going to A&E and calling
Sure.
999. Well, of course there's a difference because they are different things.
Yes.
Fundamentally different.
Yes.
But you could be in a bad way and take yourself to A&E,
Yes.
but not call an ambulance. Lucy didn't call you an ambulance.
No.
That would've been
she
fun.
did. She did eventually.
Could have
that one
gone in
time.
an
But-
ambulance.
Oh, yeah.
But
take it all back.
no. But no, you're right though, because I remember we went to Cheltenham and I was in agony, and they were like something like, "Oh, well, no one can see you for like a few hours
Because you're invisible.
But they were like, "But you could go to Gloucester, which is maybe like a 20-minute drive, but you might get seen quicker."
well, not quicker because it'd be 20 minutes away.
So,
you see what I mean?
so again,
Almost the same thing.
you go. There's no safety, so there's no safe haven. So I get up in agony. We go over to Gloucester. Lucy drops me off so that I can walk into the emergency. Yeah, so
Brilliant.
I'll go park the car. I'll drop you off.
Thing is, if you've walked, they already have coined you as someone who's not that.
Yeah,
bad.
exactly.
The point is, then you have
The rules
to
of triage.
and then you have to go and queue, and then you go
Yeah.
to the desk, and you're just like, I'm bent over, and I'm like, hello, yes.
Hello, sorry to be any sort of pain, but I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's like, are you so how serious is the pain? And
I hate that question.
And now you've got
1
it
to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
10 being the worst pain you've ever felt.
Yeah. So what if the worst pain I've ever felt is that time I kicked a coffee table?
Yeah.
Yes.
But, what if the first pain I've ever felt is childbirth? I mean, that isn't the case for me.
Yeah.
But
No.
could be.
Could be.
I've heard that's pretty painful.
Yeah.
Also, I broke my spine once.
Was
But I also
was that
don't-
painful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also don't really remember it.
No.
Because that was like 15 years ago.
And you did land
I
on
hit
your
my
head.
head very hard.
And also, it didn't hurt at all. So,
Yeah.
I just
crack.
Ah,
Are you?
I
oh my!
mean-
Are you? I'm fine.
memory's a weird thing. We're having fun here.
Yeah.
So you're bleeding out of your spine. Yeah, that plays into it perfectly. That how much pain is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Hard to tell.
Because here's another
Hard to
thing.
tell.
I don't really want to say 10 because they're gonna be like, yeah, sure, mate. Sure, it's 10.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Uh,
So you always
yeah.
feel obliged to drop off the top of 10. It's like, oh, it's really bad. 8.
9.5.
Yeah. 9.8.
What is, objectively, right?
Right.
What is the worst pain? I realise I'm getting into dangerous territory.
But I don't think that can
no,
be an
what do you
objective
mean?
answer.
Do you mean for
though.
you or just for
no,
humanity?
just
in
has it ever
general?
been proven?
Oh,
Is what I'm asking.
I don't know, existence.
No,
Just like the ennui.
Yeah.
The terminal.
But
nature of
that's
our
like
lives.
a background pain,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's true.
It's like a numbing
That's like
pain.
a thrum.
Because
Yeah.
I think if a doctor asked me on a good day,
Yeah.
just how much pain are you in right now, I'd have to
Oh.
think about it.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
it's not lower than 3.
yeah, yeah. It's like I stare out the window, the camera would turn to black and white, and I go, je ne sais quoi. Set.
Just get philosophical. about
oui.
it.
7, 8.
Well, I was lifting a lot of boxes the other weekend.
Oh wow!
And now I've hurt my back, and I wasn't. That's the problem.
I see.
Liz kept saying,
Lift
"Bend
with
your
your back."
knees,
Do you lift?
bend your knees," and I
You
kept
lift with
forgetting.
your lower back in a short,
In a short- yeah.
sharp twisting motion.
Yeah.
I kind of did because I just sort of forgot how to do it properly. I've not lifted a box, it turns out, for a long time,
It is hard.
and I just didn't do it very well, and I hurt my back.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. These things happen now as you get older.
Oh yeah, no, tell me about it. Yeah.
It wasn't a 1-1-1 though. It was probably
No,
like a
more of a
0.5, 0.5,
2-2-2.
0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like
That kind of thing.
You just don't want to make a fuss, do you?
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to make a fuss, and that might be an British thing.
I think it is.
I guess, but equally, I don't want to say 10 if I'm asked because I'm sure someone else has got it worse. than me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say I've got 10.
No. Why?
10
Who would
pain.
say that?
No, indeed.
We watched a show called Ambulance on the BBC.
What's that about?
Ambulance.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Could be about anything, couldn't
Could
it?
be.
I don't think we know for sure.
No, true.
And you get a lot of people there who just phone up 999 all the time,
Really?
but they have to go.
Oh,
They have to. So for everyone like us who's like, I don't want to cause a fuss,
thinking twice.
there is someone who
doesn't.
calls 999 constantly and doesn't need it.
Well, this is because they need 555
Yeah.
or 666 for that matter. Like they need that middle one.
Yeah.
How
Like
how have you called? Like, have you ever had an ambulance come for you?
yes, when I broke
Yeah.
my back in ambulance. came.
Once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Once.
And you
I
as
didn't
well?
call
Yeah.
it though. Someone called it for me. Obviously.
So what happened to you, Chris Ray? How did you...
It was when I constantly thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh.
That was a fun few months. And one time I was just like, fuck,
I am.
call an ambulance.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously wasn't.
What was it?
Panic attack. Yeah.
indigestion.
Just
Panic
panic
attack,
Panic
alright.
attacks. I had a lot of panic attacks and things.
Oh,
Oh,
fair.
yeah. It was a fun few months.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
it sounds fun.
So that's the only time. I
Oh.
was at my mum's house.
I do apologise. I was hoping for a fun
No, it's not a fun
I
anecdote.
broke my leg
but
kind
it-
of story.
No,
it's
but
actually
it did
quite-
happen.
Yeah.
Mine's quite fun.
Nick broke his back.
I was swinging on a.
That is fun,
I was
that
swinging
one.
on a rope swing, and I was swinging. I had my hands on the crossbar. It was like a bit of just a twig, really.
Yes.
It was tied with a knot up to a string. I was swinging on that. That snapped,
Oh.
and so both ends.
You've
of
got
the stick
history for that because
came
that
out.
happened at my stag do.
It did?
Remember you
Yes.
fell
Yeah.
off a tree.
Well, that was because the rope was snapped.
The
from
that
something.
would, to be
Yeah.
fair, was the rope's fault.
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
one.
But it's still the fault of me doing stupid shit. Anyway, stick broke.
Yeah.
I fell, but
Yeah.
I was at the height of the swing, so I was
Right.
like 4 meters in the air.
Yeah.
So I was like fell straight down, rotated through the air, bonk, landed on my back.
Oh.
And then I like winded myself.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So at that point, I thought that was the worst thing I'd done. And I was just, it was really weird. Like my body was just like moving by itself. My arms and legs were just, it was almost like this automatic, like, and I was just making this noise like, which apparently was quite scary. I can imagine that, but I couldn't really control that noise. Anyway,
I don't think I've ever heard this story in this much detail.
No,
I know the story. But
I then lay there for a bit.
It's so much worse.
And then I was like, everyone was sort of joking, like, we'll give him a minute. So I took a minute. And then, but I'd driven everyone there because we were having like a picnic in the woods. We were in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I was like, it's all right, I'll drive us home. And then I went to sit up and I was just like splintering pain in the middle of my back. And I was like, I don't think I can get up. And then at that point I was like, I think you should probably call an ambulance. And so they did call an ambulance.
Yeah.
We had to wait like 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so.
That's pretty good.
It is actually pretty
It's all
good.
right.
We were actually quite close to Southampton
Oh, that's
Hospital,
all right
it turned out.
We're always circling that rope swing. You know, it's only a matter
They
of
knew it was
time.
about
Yeah.
And then the best thing is that the guys, because it was a back injury, they're super careful. Of course.
Sure.
So they get like a stretcher out, and it's got like a sort of neck clampy brace thing
Yes.
to sort of stop my head moving around. But the process of lifting me onto that, I was lying on sand. That's what I'd landed on, so it
Right.
just compacted and really hurt. And the process of getting me onto the stretcher was obviously quite tricky, and they just kept kicking sand in my face. And they would just like, they'd just be, oh, let's move him like this, kick. Nom, nom, nom. And they were like, oh, sorry about that, mate. And I was like,
Who's this-
it's all right. And then,
Who's this fucking nerd?
and then
Get him.
let's try another way. Kick, sand, nom, nom, nom. Sorry, mate. That's all right.
Don't worry about it.
Let's take his lunch money. Whee.
Yeah, got it. They just go to each other. Got him again.
Stupid fucker. And then they bundled me into the back. I was on that wheeled thing where, you know, they slide in and then the wheels fold automatically away as they push you into the back. And my brother rode in the ambulance with me.
Nice.
And then everyone else.
Whee!
Yeah. I think my mate just drove my car home.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Well, you had
he was
to. You
insured.
had no
Yeah.
choice at that
Yeah.
point.
And in the ambulance, my brother decided to call my mum, tell her what happened. It was fucking hilarious. She picked up and he just went, "Hi, mum," and she went, "What's happened?" Straight away.
You never phoned me.
Yeah.
What has happened?
How old were you when this happened?
I think I was like 20 or 21.
Okay,
Something like
okay.
that.
And I've never asked, but like, wearing your back is the break.
I think it's a lower half.
Lower half.
Yeah, if I remember rightly, it's like the top of the bottom half, if you see what I
Right.
mean, or something like that.
Jesus.
It's like right in the middle.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll be totally honest with you. The bit about your arms and legs moving around independently made me feel a bit sick.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
I
just
think
then.
I think it might have been an automatic reaction of my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of
yeah.
check that everything still moves, which is fucking terrifying when you think about it. Because I wasn't thinking about moving everything. But I
Yeah.
was essentially doing this like wonky snow angel in sand
Don't it-
while going like that.
don't that make you feel a bit ill?
It's like a daddy long legs that's like stuck in a bit of treacle. Or something.
It's only happened a few times in my life, but it's like when someone is genuinely hurt,
Yeah.
they do not make the noises you
No,
think they're gonna
no.
make.
No,
yeah,
yeah.
they're like, oh,
No, but I had a mate with me at the time, and he's like quick to make a joke about everything, you know, and he
Yeah.
was like genuinely white as
He
a
was, like,
sheet,
crying.
It's like fuck. Weirdly,
Then he cracked a gag.
I wasn't even that like at the
No.
time. Like in retrospect, like certainly now at this age, like looking back, I'm like, fuck's sake, dude, what the fuck were you
Yeah.
thinking? But even at the time when I was lying there and I was like suspected broken spine, I wasn't even that worried.
No.
I don't know what the fuck was going through my head. Probably adrenaline.
Yeah, it probably was.
probably, probably blood, like pooling. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
It's mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I've been in an ambulance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Jesus. I mean, I got ambulance when I had
Ambulance.
I was
I had-
ambulance.
when I had my final.
This was when you were
my final kind of abdominal
Yes.
attack.
The one that finished you off.
The one that finished me off, yeah, it didn't come out until 5 days later.
No.
Yeah, but when I was craving that sweet morphine. No, I tell you, like the drinkable morphine did nothing. Tramadol.
Tramadol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Get a couple of Tramadol pills up your ass, and you're feeling great.
Was it up your ass?
It was up my ass.
Yeah.
You got it.
Got to get them up there.
Oh, you
fast.
got it. Yeah.
You could have swallowed them.
So you know,
Are
first,
these a suppository? No, they're not.
First-
Why are you doing that, sir?
first came to terms with a paramedic. Daryl, I'm not going to lie. I don't have time for this shit. You've got to, Daryl.
Just do it,
Come on
Daryl.
now.
Just
Finger
do it.
blast me, Daryl. Finger blast me.
Do it now. I can still hear the screams.
So that was when,
Daryl.
From Daryl wakes up at night still. Just do it, Daryl.
I think the paramedic may have given me like drinkable morphine or something like that, and I think that's when
It's like a milkshake.
I tried to be just very polite. You know, you're just making small talk. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, how's your night been? Yeah. It's like, you know,
What time you on till?
yeah, busy, stimulating work, is it? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
Imagine
you know.
it's quite-
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah,
a little bit of blood. Oh, that's a kidney.
Got any kids?
no, but the
I haven't.
Oh, dear.
will I ever? I can't tell you. But no, the tramadol was when I was in the hospital, probably the first time, and I woke up in the night in pain, trying to get to the toilet. I think because I felt sick, and I was dragging my
your
my,
IV.
my
your
IV
drip,
with
yeah.
me, and then I was on the way back.
That's
and
a low moment, isn't it?
I swear I've told you on the
your bum out?
podcast.
Was your
No,
bum out?
I know. Although it was never far from being out.
Yeah,
No,
it must have been
yeah.
at least 5% out at
Yeah.
any one time.
But then I just collapsed to my knees in like a fetal position. I was just going, help.
In the hospital.
Yeah, in the hospital, yeah. Help. Help. Like somebody...
But even then, you don't want to like put anyone out.
I know.
You didn't say help very loudly. It's just like if there's anyone there, but don't worry if not.
But then,
that's a low moment.
but then like the night nurse or whatever like found me, got me back to the bed, and I was like, oh. And I was like, it was so indescribably painful. And I can't remember if I asked, I can't remember if he even said like, you know, do you want painkillers, or whether he just
Shoved it up
literally, or whether he just rolled me over,
Get his ass out.
spread gaping for me, and just shoved a couple of pills in my...
Torpedoes away.
And I'm not gonna lie, like almost instantaneous.
Wow.
Like,
That is a great
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, and I was just going, oh, thank you, thank you.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah,
There you go.
tramadol. It's amazing.
Tramadol.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll get
go
some,
for it.
actually,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think.
I've got hate if you
There we
want.
go.
to.
Yeah,
Go
why
on,
not? Yeah.
So,
I need. Let me just
so-
skip this beer up my ass.
yeah, you do that. You carry on. You're going to be wanting a bottle opener.
If you wouldn't
Well, I'm
mind,
going to have
yeah.
to get my keys out of my pocket, so I'll do that before I start.
Which makes it look tight my anuses. I
talking.
might be
No,
able
well,
to
we might be able to
just...
just plop.
Clench.
So, my hate is automation that inadvertently puts supermarket workers under pressure.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, if you're over in Aldi, you're walking around doing your shopping, and you think, oh, it's getting a bit busy at the tills over there, and the automation will come on and go, oh, dear customers, we are opening till number 4 for you.
Oh, that's
and then
great.
after that, you'll have someone come on the tannoy and go, customer service to till 4, please. It's like, don't play the automation and put your staff under pressure before they're even ready.
Oh,
Get
I
them to till
see.
4 and then say it's open.
Let them take their time to get ready.
Otherwise, I'm in a queue, and then I then have to move to the next till to still be in a queue because there's no one there yet. They've told me till number 4's open.
Sure.
But it's not.
But it's not open because no one's there.
They created.
I've put their staff under pressure.
Yeah, they created a desire that wasn't. That didn't
Through
exist.
automation,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I've gone to till 4. Nobody's there.
Bullshit.
I get to the till 4 then, and they go, sorry for the wait. I'm like, well, that's a wait of your own making.
Yeah.
Because
There wouldn't have been a wait
if you didn't tell me till 4 was open, I wouldn't have come over here. I'd have stayed where I was and kept queuing. I might take me a bit longer. But in my head, I've been more inconvenienced by this encounter than I was standing in that queue for 5 minutes.
I thought you were going to bring up. I thought when you brought this up, what you meant was like
Well, there's more.
self-service till.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, we've talked about the self-service tills before on
The,
this.
and the self-service tills is another example where something goes wrong, say, on yourself, which it does pretty much every time.
Almost exclusively, every till will
And they
break.
sort of go, don't panic. One of our team members is on their way to you. They're not. I can see them.
Yeah.
They're over
They're
there.
having a
They're
chat.
dealing with the last person who's got an issue.
Yeah.
Which happened 2 seconds before mine because they all have an issue with them.
Yeah.
Don't put them under pressure. Just say, it's fine. Just have the red light. You don't need to say it to me.
No.
I know someone will come. You don't need to say it. You're putting them under pressure and you're making me more irritable. And I don't need to be made more irritable.
No, it's really,
That's true.
No,
they should
you-
know that. But
I'm already
Yeah.
irritable.
Yeah. Oh,
at any
yes,
given moment.
Yeah.
I'm already at that heightened state of.
What would you say out of 10 now?
What's the worst? What's the most irritated you've ever been?
Yeah, exactly,
Well, I don't know.
In Aldi?
I mean, I'm like a 7 when I shouldn't be a 7, really.
No.
In Aldi, waiting for till 4 to open, or waiting for the customer service rep to come over because they've told me they are.
Genuine-
when they're not.
On the subject of having to, on a scale of 1 to 10, sir, where 10 is the most annoyance you've ever
Sure,
experienced,
sure.
where are you now?
7.
Where?
Constantly 7.
No, but I mean,
The answer is
could you bring to mind right now a 10?
The most annoyed I've ever been.
What is the most annoyed you've ever been?
Oh.
I think I know what mine is.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazon.
No, it's close. No, it was when I had to attend a event at work at my previous job,
Oh.
run by a team. Can you hear the air quotes around? And instead, actually run by a team I was on. And never have I experienced a greater waste of anybody's time, and never have I seen supposed adults do so little and in such an incompetent manner. So much so that when I finally got in my car to go home, I screamed. I was actively screaming while driving home. I was so annoyed with these people.
That's fair.
That's a 10 for me.
I think wasting time is one of mine. I get really impatient really quickly.
Yeah.
Like if I think, believe it.
Hard to believe.
Believe it. I just, if I'm waiting on something, I get really fucking annoyed really quickly. Which is sort of plays to what I'm talking about with supermarkets.
Yeah, true.
They've made me impatient. You know? That kind of thing annoys me.
But
that's probably my 10.
But as you said, like they've created an environment where if they hadn't, you wouldn't have had any reason to be annoyed.
Exactly. It's the button someone has pressed in that situation. Gone. We're opening till number 4 for you, but you haven't yet.
No.
Open it and then tell me it's open.
Yeah.
Please.
I feel.
Then I'll feel like you've addressed my actual requirements.
Sure. Speaking as now, I Nick is a man.
Hello. Nick is a man
who's doing a lot of fulfillment.
I am.
At the moment,
Ooh.
logistics and shipping goods.
Sure. We won't say what.
No.
We shouldn't really.
It's illegal.
Erotic scrimshaw.
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the amazing customer service experienced at post offices in and around Cheltenham.
Are we being sarcastic?
And by that, we're being slightly sarcastic.
Being sarcastic. Tell me about it.
Well, it's not necessarily the employees themselves. It's the fact that there just isn't enough staff. But, like, it's particularly galling when there are 3 members of staff, right? One of them is operating the self-service machines.
Sure.
I can't use the self-service machines because I want to send my packages via International Economy, which is a service they offer. Royal Mail offers International Economy.
Yeah.
But the self-service machines do not.
Oh.
There's no button for that on there.
Why? It's rarely
It's a mystery, isn't it?
So I'll join the queue, and the most annoying thing, and it happens every fucking time. I'll join the queue, and it's a queue that's like 20 miles long.
Sure.
And the guy running the self-service machines, he's got no one on those machines.
Yeah.
Right? There's billions of people in
This
the queue.
again, what I mean. This is automation failing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
That gives that person a horrible
So then
job.
what he does is he then walks on the queue and he goes, "Can you use the machine?" And someone goes, "No."
Oh yeah.
And then, "Can you use the machine?" No. And then he comes to me, he's like, "Can you use the machine?" I go, "No, because it doesn't do international economy." "Oh yeah, no, it doesn't do international economy." And off he goes to the next person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so, like, his whole job now is to just ask people a question that they've already answered because they're queuing. They know that the machines can't service their needs. So they're in the queue. And so anyway, so that's problem one, right? Problem one. And then I get to the front of this queue, and there are 2, well, there's 7 tills, right? But only 2 of them are manned.
Oh,
right?
yeah, obviously.
One of them is taking customers, and the other one is just this person behind the till. They're just doing something else. I think they were going through receipts or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was so much harder to deal with.
Do that out of public
Do
view.
it out of sight.
Do that out of public
I'll
view.
accept that needs to be done. But if you sit there at a till, it looks like...
That's another problem of your own making when you do that.
Yeah, and it's just so much worse because I'm sitting there going, there's 2 people there, but only one of them serving.
You could be doing this.
Or hide from me.
And the queue was close to like half an hour.
Yes.
Close
I think it was
to
3/4 of an hour.
Yeah.
Mad.
Wow.
Do the receipts later. Do them later.
Yeah,
Be less busy
or maybe
later.
she can't. But like hide.
Yeah,
Please hide
go
from
somewhere
me.
else. They should have a room
just
for that.
Just go under the desk or
Yeah.
something and just do it under the desk.
They should have
And
a
just
room
reach
for
up
that.
every now and then with a little hand and just grab another receipt.
And also, if there are that many people who can't use the machine, why fucking have them?
Yeah.
I know.
Why have them?
Or be taking that information from the queue of all the things that it can't do, and be taking that back to head office and going, we need to upgrade
We've
the
had
machine."
this today. We've had 20 requests for this.
Yeah.
Why
And the
does
machine
our
said do it.
automation not do this? Because it's putting me under pressure.
Yeah. And this is the
Automation
thing.
is
The bottom
failing our
line
key
is-
workers, John, and I won't stand for it anymore.
Don't stand for it. But it's
No,
like
I
it's
am
not
sitting
their
down.
fault. Like they're going as fast as they can. They're doing as best they can.
I appreciate that.
They're being put under a shit, and for some reason they're not hiring anyone else at that post office. I have no idea. It's the main post office. In the centre
only
of town.
time those tills are full is when it's Christmas. And even,
Really?
Yeah. That's why there's that many. That's why there's.
I don't think I was trying to rack my brains
Yeah.
about when I'd actually seen.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the tills
But
be
that's why
active.
there's
When I
that
first
many.
moved here,
but
there would be like 4 or 5 people on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still queues as big. It's because it's obviously a busy time. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, they get a load of temporary staff in at Christmas.
That's
why.
That's when we should go post all our shit.
Yeah. Although the queues are then monstrous, absolutely monstrous.
They can't,
yeah,
they
I mean,
can't be worse than what it is on average day?
I don't
now?
know. I don't know.
Christmas, mate.
I used to have to go to the post office all the time in my previous job because I was like a runner.
Little post boy.
Yeah, pretty much. So that was a pain in the arse every time. And then I get back. Where have you been? Been to the fucking post office.
Yeah, it took
That's
me
where
an
I've
hour.
been.
That's my whole
Queuing.
day.
What I've been doing. Yeah, I mean, one of the worst things on the self-service, and I'm sure I brought it up as a hate on its own, but another thing that disturbs people, like disturbs staff members, is when you put your own bag on the till.
Oh.
It's like, I've brought my own bag.
Nothing worse.
Put your own bag on. Put your bag on the till. All right, I will. And then you put your bag on the till. You fucking thief! You're trying to steal our bags. I'm gonna bring a member of staff over, and they're gonna give you a fucking bollocking.
You
mate.
are stealing. a
Never
pizza.
have we sounded more middle-aged.
No, but I'm all right with that.
No, yeah,
That's fine.
that's good. No, it's good.
fine.
to be comfortable
Complaining
with
We had
that, yeah.
Nick flailing his limbs around, and now we've got bags for life.
They can now. One thing I do like about the self-service, they can remotely approve you.
They
for
can.
booze.
Can they?
That's good.
Yeah, no, it's
How do
well
they do
good.
what? Just they got a button. Or
They got
something?
a button on their
Clearly,
end.
The booze
our
button.
wrinkles can now clearly be seen from across the room.
They don't even.
so-
They barely look at me now.
Yeah,
Honestly,
That's because they can hear you.
yeah.
I got.
He's already been to the pub. It's too late.
I guess I was wearing a mask, so it may have been like a
Oh, what
year-
character?
a year- of a young man.
That's very unconvincing.
But no, I the last time I got ID'd was maybe like a year or so ago.
Bollocks! You didn't get ID'd a year ago.
I was wearing a mask and a hat, and the lady,
And a balaclava.
and the lady
and a T-shirt that says "I am 17."
over a mask of a young man.
Yeah.
An MTV t-shirt.
Yeah, I had an Ashton Kutcher
Yeah.
t-shirt.
And you had a skateboard.
Yeah.
And some sweet vans.
And you were buying hooch.
Anyway,
And you look really shifty.
so I believe she asked me to get the ID
Disrobe.
out, and then she was very embarrassed because
Was
she
she?
was like, "Oh my god,
God,
you're
you're
ancient."
you're-
Is
yeah,
that what she said?
You're
Well,
so
no.
haggard.
That's outrageous.
we had a laugh about it.
Look at you.
We had a good laugh,
I'm
yeah.
throwing up in my mouth. Whoa,
Oh,
God, look
yeah.
at him. Fuck.
I've been ID'd for a long time.
I've been
I
ID'd
used
for
to,
a long time.
I went through that stage when I just hit 18 that I was really pissed off whenever I got ID'd. I was like, oh,
Oh, God, I'm
I'm
so
18.
old.
God's sake, I'm
Oh.
so 18.
I'm such a fucking mature grown up.
And then I was sort of like, oh no, they're only doing their job. And now I'm very obviously flattered if it
Yeah.
does happen. But it hasn't happened for
No.
what, 5, 6, 7 years probably.
We'll never be flattered.
Well, I
again.
can't 100% tell exactly what it is that. I mean, I know I'm old.
No,
now,
it must be something.
But like, they can look like this 12-year-old.
Yeah. I wondered-
do
across
I
the
look that
room.
much different?
'Cause
Because
I
when
don't
I
think-
was 18.
I do
Probably, yeah,
think I
must
look
do.
different to how I looked 10 years ago.
Mm,
But I don't think I look that different.
No,
no.
no.
Because if the indicators are things like a beard.
Sure.
I had a beard when I was 25.
Yeah.
So. if
I feel like ostensibly I look younger than I did when I was 16. Because I had a shaved head.
Yeah.
And I looked like a thug. John, you
Oh, I
that.
remember. Yeah, no,
or a thumb.
Or a thumb,
Yeah.
yeah. Both of those things, yes. A G, an MB, it doesn't matter, yeah.
I oddly enough ended up watching some old videos
Oh,
which
yes.
are on YouTube that I filmed
Oh.
when I lived in Canada.
You've shown me these.
So they are. Have I?
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
Is this us chopping wood?
No, not that one particular one.
Different ones.
But I saw my face. I saw my face from the year 2008, and it was bizarre how much bigger my face was.
Sure.
Like it,
had a bigger face.
and I have a big head anyway.
A plumper face.
But I look like a kind of like a butter bean with a smiley
Aw,
face drawn on it. Like
nice.
my entire face was just like blub.
Work.
And weirdly, like my facial hair, I was like 20, 21. My facial hair was very like kind of splotchy. Like I had like
not consistent.
yeah, I had a bit of a mustache.
I remember.
And like a bit of a
Sure,
a
yeah.
chinny area and like a little bit over here.
But nothing
But no.
consistent, yeah.
So maybe this is it. Like maybe I haven't noticed, but maybe like
Yeah.
day on day, year on year, like my hair has just become more kind of like uniform.
I think we have
across
quite
my
a
face.
warped perspective of our own. looks.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone else sees us for what they truly are,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And actually, if we could see ourselves the way everyone else saw us, we'd probably be quite happy
The
with
thing is,
ourselves.
but you know,
I
some,
think.
you know,
Yeah.
some people do crap where they're like, I take a photo of myself like every
Yes.
birthday,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't want to do that.
No.
Because I don't want to be. I don't want to
No.
realize how
Well,
much
we were
I'm
talking
aging.
about a famous YouTuber who will remain currently unnamed, and they had some troubles with like depression and things, and they talked about it quite publicly. And I was saying that I think part of the problem is they can go back and there's like this video record of like how they used to look. And if they looked better or different or better in their own opinion in the past, it's quite hard to deal with the fact that they can look at countless like perfect representations of how they used to look and how beautiful they were. And then if they have an issue with how they look now, that's a real problem because they have like all this contextual information that they can call upon. We don't have that because we're not like famous TV superstars that can have loads of like records of how we used to look. So we have this odd
It's a
photo.
blessing and a curse.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just weird. It's just like I don't want to be able to look back, really.
No.
I just want to live in the present, but that's kind of all I want to do, really.
Well, whenever I see old photos of myself, I think like even every thing is like every year I think I'm getting better. Like I think I no. I mean I think
Arrogant.
I think I'm like getting closer to sorting it all out.
Peak John.
But then I look at a photo from me, like say like 2019 John is like.
Look
Done
at
it.
that.
I've done
Look
it.
at him.
Nailed
No,
it.
I go like
Look
peak.
at him.
And then I look at 2019 John. I'm like, oh, he's awful.
What
was
an
he?
absolute
What was he?
shit.
But more often than not, I look, he goes, what's he doing with his hair? And right now, I go like, oh yeah, this is cool.
This is
John.
it.
2022 John.
is the good John.
Cool as fuck. And then I'm gonna look back at it and go, the fuck was he doing
What
with
was
his
all
hair?
that, all that
yeah.
fella doing? Yeah.
The lesson learned here is stop looking back.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
Although I think most of my life will be defined by what the fuck was he doing with his hair? Like that is.
Yeah. Old microphone, Ed.
Problem as well is, right, we only ever see ourselves.
I got him.
Straight on. Like, we look at
Yeah.
ourselves in a mirror or we take a selfie and it's like dead on. But everyone else sees a three-dimensional version of our heads. And whenever you see a three-dimensional version of your own head, you're like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
going on?
that is
What's that
true.
weird tuft? What's that? What's that strange mole?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You ever
that.
see the back of your own head?
God, never
No,
look
in
at it. I hate
fact-
it. I hate it.
Oh God, there was a service that you could. It was at a Comic-Con years ago where there was a booth.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you could step into the booth.
Step
and
into
this
the
would be
booth.
particularly appealing if you were wearing like a cool costume or
Sure.
something. And it would do a full 3D body scan.
Oh.
And then they give you a file, but then they could like 3D print
A little figurine.
like a little figurine
Oh,
of
that's
you.
fun.
And that sounds awful.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
want.
yeah,
I don't want to
well,
have like a fully 3D version.
I
of
bet
it.
that cost
shit.
a lot.
I've ordered
a lot,
one.
didn't
I've
it?
ordered
How
one
much did that cost?
It'd be awful. Like it would look grotesque. I don't want to see how horrible I look.
Yeah, on all angles.
Yeah.
Right.
How much does that cost?
I don't know.
I think it's not cheap.
more.
Yeah,
more
loads.
than you probably should.
More than you make in a year.
More than it's
Yeah.
worth, shall we
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Right, that sounds about right. So anyway, yeah, don't do Tannoy announcements before the staff
that's
are
what we're
ready.
talking about.
Yeah.
is the summary of that.
I've got hate.
Oh.
Go on then.
I think I hate newsreader pundit voices.
Okay. Which any specifically?
No, but I hate the idea that if you are going to talk about the news
Oh, yeah.
or current affairs,
Yeah.
you need to have
Oh, I know.
that voice.
Yeah.
That delivery.
By which, and as an example, I'd like to bring this up.
Okay.
There is a YouTube channel which will remain nameless, which is it's a news channel,
Sure.
but it's almost exclusively hosted and presented and written by younger individuals.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's kind of people. I was going to say 10 years, but that's charitable. Maybe like 15 years younger than us. Real young guns, young
go-getters,
bucks, young
future
go-getters,
leaders.
who are going. We need Gen Z news, so we're going to be.
We don't.
Nobody needs anything, no. But we're going to be like a young news reporters,
Right.
and I think the idea is that like kids these days, quote unquote, not paying attention to the news. It's all crusty old dudes.
That's what Newsround was for.
Yeah, yeah. But this is like news round,
Remember
but
news round?
but news round, but it fucks. You know, it's
Oh,
like we're a bit
cool.
cooler.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like
Newsround, but we do an Oliver.
Do a sick Oliver.
Sick, rad Oliver.
Anyway, my point is, they are
Lit.
young.
They are.
Yeah.
Absolutely lit.
Early 20s, maybe fresh out of I don't know some kind of journalism degree
Sure.
or something like that.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
giving it a
and
bit
I've
of
then-
suddenly realised they can't get a job with that.
Yeah,
That
so
kind of thing.
so they're
Straight to
instead
YouTube.
forming
Yeah.
forging their own destiny.
Sure.
Brilliant.
And they're making these little videos on YouTube every day summarizing the news.
Right.
we're only talking like a 5-minute video or whatever.
That sounds like a giant waste of time.
I've never seen this. But
because there are news channels.
Yes. But what if you don't want to... Everyone has their preferences.
Yeah, but Chris, they're not lit.
Who's watching that though? I already know the news.
They're not lit.
Well...
They're not lit.
I already know the news.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, do you know
ask me what
everything?
the news is.
What's the news?
What's happening?
Oh, everything's bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
right,
okay,
yeah,
fuck, he does.
I have
He
watched
has
it.
watched
Yeah, I
the
have
news.
watched
Fucking
Okay,
hell.
but my point is, everyone already has... I'm sympathising with them a little bit, because everyone has like their chosen
News outlet.
you know. But so maybe someone's like, I don't want to watch my granddad's news.
No, yeah,
you know,
sure.
They can't do all of
I
that.
want my news.
Okay.
Yeah.
People
Anyway,
younger than us.
So my point is, there are younger people breaking the mold.
Fuck.
They're
How are they reporting the news?
well, okay. That's my point. They're turning
Are they behind
away.
the desk.
Well,
Okay,
please
no, I'll let you
come,
finish.
come with me on this journey.
Okay, I will.
Okay, so
I might ask
it's
questions in the
it's a
middle.
young man, early 20s, facing the camera. There's like maybe he's got in one of those like virtual studios.
Nice.
There's like a screen
Yeah.
behind him. It's all fake. It's all green screen.
Dylan Summersville.
He's wearing like a he's wearing a tucked in Dylan Summersville.
Yeah.
Reporting.
Hello,
live.
I'm Dylan.
From Greenwich.
Hello, I'm Dylan Summersville, and here's the daily news. He
Yeah.
goes, war lit or not lit? You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you know, and
Don't like the sound of this
does the
already.
news, you know. But it's very like. It's a young person, but they're very professional.
Okay.
It's got all the trappings of a proper news
Is
show.
he in a suit?
Nobody's wearing a tucked-in shirt.
Wow.
Which is the equivalent for young people of a suit.
Yeah, well, maybe a suit's a bit too formal.
Yes.
You know.
Some would say.
Yeah. So it's very like to the point. This
Okay.
goes like this is what the upcoming budget means for the economy, or how will this affect mortgages, or news from Eastern Europe. You know, like very like you can't really fault them.
Sure.
You know, they're doing fine. But then every episode,
Yeah.
if you will, they have the commentary section.
Right.
So they'll go like, they'll say something like, and Putin's troops show no sign of stopping. To discuss the ongoing crisis, I'm joined here in the studio by, Teddy Shakespeare and, Felonious Pump. And we're going to, by our war correspondent, Felonious Pump. Felonious, what do you have to say about this? And then literally the shortest segment in the world. It's like a kid's pantomime. But then it's everything you'd expect. This is what annoys me. The cliches suddenly leap in, and now it's like 3 guys all wearing tucked in shirts sitting around a table, and they do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, where
I know what you mean. The BBC are probably the most guilty of it.
Yes,
because
yeah.
they bring in their financial editor, who's presumably on $200,000 a year, and they've got him in, paid it expensive, and they go, and we're here with, Steve Jackass,
Right.
who's going to tell us all about the news and in London, in the city today. He goes, well, Hugh, yes, it's been a day of major upheaval in the city. Nobody really knows how to react or what the forthcoming will be, but they know that there are serious times ahead. Jack.
Back to you, Jack.
Jackass or whatever. whatever we call him. Thanks. And they've got him in just for that.
Yeah.
They've got him in just for that.
But and this is what annoys me, because it's almost like that if you speak with that particular voice, that particular cadence, you can talk about any news subject while ultimately saying nothing.
Yes.
At all. Yeah.
If anything, that's the point.
Yeah.
Because they never... I don't think I've ever heard anyone giving that kind of speech and I've taken away something profound.
No.
No.
The point of it is that they have someone who, inverted commas, knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
Confirming what they've just reported on.
Yeah.
That's the
They
point
said the
of
same
it.
thing twice.
Yes.
But they just drag in this fella
But it's time
to
filling, isn't it?
say something for 30 seconds and then go home.
Yeah.
Just filling a minute.
Yeah. I guess you get a different camera angle,
Yeah.
which spices it up a bit.
And I think people watching it just don't really notice that they're being told the same thing twice because, like
Yeah.
you say, the camera angles change. It's a different man with a different shirt tucked in. It's like he's saying another.
That's how things become fact, though. If a second person says it, that's how things become fact. You know.
But when you studied journalism,
Oh, yes.
did you get any training on how to be this
No.
pithy and short? It's very soundbitey kind of.
No, because I think it's relatively new.
Okay.
I would argue it's relatively new because of 24-hour news, that kind of thing. Where they just want a sweeping comment just to validate what they've just said as a essentially it's an opinion, but framed as a report.
But 24-hour news is an exercise in time filling, isn't it?
Oh, massively.
Because they've just got to keep going. And they've got to hope something develops. So you've got to hope a few more people die, because then they've got something to fucking talk about. And until that report
and then they
comes
could phone up all the contacts who ever met them.
Yeah.
We're here with
It's like-
Miriam Margolyes, who once brushed past Alan Rickman in a hallway.
It's like, oh, we've got Miriam back in. We had her
Yeah.
in like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We've got Miriam back in now.
She'd
because
almost made it to the lobby.
Yeah, the story's developed. Miriam, what do you have to say on
Yeah.
the latest developments of the story? You know, oh, well, fuck you. Oh, fantastic, Miriam, let's shut this down.
I do like Miriam Margolyes, for the record.
Doesn't she hold the accolade of being the first and last person to say fuck on BBC
Yeah.
Radio 4?
Yeah.
Really?
She said it in like 1962. She said fuck. And she said it in 2022.
She said it like 2 weeks ago.
I've said this on the podcast before, but Ali's related to Miriam Margolyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's like quite a distant relation. But
Yeah.
they are of the same family.
There you
Wow.
go. Has she met her?
Yes, I believe she's met
There
her a
you
long
go.
time ago. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a contact. She could be a guest. We
But,
could
Yeah.
pull in
but,
some
but I
favours,
asked Ali
yeah.
the other day, I was like, if we got hold of Miriam,
Yeah.
like, and said, do you know this woman, pointing to Ali, I said, would she? And Ali just went, no, she wouldn't
No,
know me from
fine.
anyone. But
If
she's
you
related.
told her, though,
Well, she told her.
she'd know briefly.
She'd have to know then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably got like second cousins coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Probably has, to be
yeah.
fair.
She
Everyone
must.
wants to be related
Yeah.
to Miriam Margolyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she must do.
But
But no, I agree. I agree with the premise of this, that they just,
so that's
have
my...
the same tone just to validate what their
Clone
what their
outlets.
employer has already said.
And particularly that the youth who are meant to be breaking away from these
Do the same old
systems
things.
are doing the
Same old
exact
tropes.
same thing.
It's almost
yeah.
as though they're like, well, we can't be taken seriously as newscasters unless we do it.
Yeah. But do they
It's kind
really...
of self-fulfilling thing.
In a world where the day-to-day existed and happened, like, how do they not just look at what they're doing and go, like, this is complete parody?
It's like I'm parodying.
Yeah, it's like I'm
myself.
parodying myself.
Yeah.
You could say, I don't know, what's a very newsy kind of, it's probably like policy announcements or, I'm trying to think of an example, like anything newsy.
Like what, a new Prime
Budgets.
Minister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mere hours after the attempted coup in Downing Street, it looks as though the encumbered Prime Minister will be clinging on for another day. I'm joined here by
Francis Zip.
I'm joined
What an
here.
artist. What are you doing?
Who's talking about his latest of exhibition?
So, Francis, what you've painted a pretty picture in your time. How does this look in the frame?
Oh,
lovely.
well, I mean, you opened the headline very effectively, and
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to talk about the subject. I'm going to offer what sounds like alternative opinions, but the truth is I'm actually just confirming things that have been said before, and I'm going to end sentences with a sharp intake of breath, and then I will continue to realise that after everything I've said nothing at all, and I will pass the microphone back to you.
Thanks, Francis. And now we go back to the general public to canvas opinion.
Vox pop, vox pop.
Vox Pops.
Fucking hell, that was good.
That was alright, wasn't it?
I forget he's got a journalism degree. That was
alright.
really good.
That was alright, wasn't it?
Canvassing, fuck.
Yeah, eh?
That was
Eh?
impressive.
Come on.
God.
Now we've started. An hour in.
We're warmed up.
So we have some listener hates.
Oh.
Yeah. And we care about our listeners.
Well,
Well, continue the illusion for the
I
benefit of...
care deeply about the listeners.
no, I'm not going to sing it.
Please don't. That's how much you care. I won't be singing. So we have some community hates.
Oh, fuck.
Let's just get through them. We'll just get through
I'll
them.
be the mouthpiece for these ignorant
I've
opinions.
taken a
and-
suppository to get through them.
Okay. Couple of tramadol. That'll see you through. Help. Help. Daniel, friend of the show, writes in.
What up, Daniel? Is Daniel lit? I reckon he is.
Crack on.
Can we call him Dan? Do you
You can
think?
call him Dan.
No, he hates that.
Yeah.
Does
Dan
he?
the man.
He
Dan.
objects to that.
D?
D.
Call him D?
Dash.
Or
Day-
Eel?
Days.
Capital D.
Eel?
Anyway, crack
Eel.
on.
Anyway, Dan writes in and says,
Daniel.
I love...
Not Daryl.
Please. I love that spray painting dicks around potholes gets them fixed.
What?
I live in an exotic land where you essentially need a car to function, and public transportation is more or less a unique form of cruel and unusual punishment for not having one.
Oh.
Ironically,
I live in a place like that.
Yeah.
Place your bets is where he lives. Ironically, the infrastructure here is shit, and driving on some roads is like throwing your suspension through a wood chipper if you're not swerving like a blind drunkard, if you're lucky. But for some reason, if you go out in the dead of night and spray paint if you go out in the dead of night and spray paint a fat cock around a pothole,
Fat cock.
whether legal or not, somebody will come, scour the paint, and patch the hole up almost immediately.
Is that a fact?
Well, is there
It's
more?
probably pretty illegal, but it actually improves the neighborhood by drawing dicks around its floors,
Yeah.
and I can't help but love that.
I-
Better living through vulgarity.
Yeah. I think there are two reasons for that.
Yeah.
And I'll offer both of them up.
Oh, please do.
One, the council, when they spray paint around a hole, any hole, pothole, they have to then fix it within a certain period of time because they've acknowledged its existence.
Oh, I see.
So that they may be getting confused.
The council,
the
you mean, yeah.
council have actually spray painted around it and go, oh, we better fill that in. The second one is they probably don't want a load of dicks on the road.
Well, no, probably not.
So there's probably two reasons.
What really?
But if I go out into a street in Cheltenham, and there are a lot of streets in Cheltenham that
There are too many, some
I
would
mean
say.
Cooltown, actually, sorry. And I just draw a circle
Yeah.
around a
Yeah.
pothole.
Yeah.
Although ironically enough, it would be a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a very talented artist.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
They'll fix it.
Yeah, I think so. I think
After they finish crying from the sheer beauty of that drawing.
I think the thing is that they drive around all day, the potholemen,
Yes, the potholes.
the potholesmen, and they find potholes and they go, that one's been circled or,
look at that.
dicked around. Let's fill that in.
But do you think they spend their days like Ronin, seeking out people to help, and they are just looking for holes?
They're like
Do you-
tarmac
do you think
benders.
they're-
I would like to think so.
Cool.
And I won't hear anything else.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So
That's how we report
yeah.
on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's how we do news.
I won't hear any other opinion.
I'm just aware that when the a couple of years ago, when my road got dug up for the benefit of
Oh yes.
fiber optic broadband,
Good old fiber.
which none of us are using.
yeah.
Well, I've talked about
Yeah,
that.
they
fucked me up.
They cut day one. They cut through my internet and phone lines.
Classic.
I've not forgiven them for that.
Great banter.
But they basically
Should have drawn spray paint around it.
well, but here's the thing.
Around
The
your house.
road,
See
the
what
road
happens
where I live is mostly nothing but spray paint.
It's like load bearing spray
and
paint.
nothing has happened. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what that means. Yeah.
Well, it's because they don't come down here.
It's the wrong colour.
No, well, I had to complain like an old grumpy
Here we
sod
go.
about how they'd done such a shit job out on the pavement that the lovely elderly gentleman across the road who has Parkinson's can't walk on the pavement because it's so uneven.
Yeah.
And about 4 months ago, somebody turned up and spray painted
you go.
stuff on the pavement, and nothing has happened.
No, it's because they don't come down here. I reckon there are people who just drive around, potholesmen, and they identify these things, but they don't come down here because why would you?
Draw some dicks, John.
This isn't a busy street though, is it? That's my point.
If you go out in the dead of night and if you draw some dicks on
If
these,
you
on
go
this
out
pavement,
onto the main road and draw an arrow down here,
Yeah.
they'll be
Yeah,
down
no.
here in a day.
no, draw a dick.
What if
Dick
I
pointing this
Draw
way?
a dick on the
Yeah.
main road,
A
pointing,
dick pointing this way.
squirting
They'll
some
be down here.
like piss lines.
They'll be down here faster than you know. It'll make your
and but
fucking
but surely
dick spin.
but surely this goes to Dan. Surely this goes
A
to
windmill.
Dan's. This gets to Dan's point though. The point is not.
What is Dan's point?
Well, I have to imagine it's because they don't like
yeah.
the obscenity you've put on the road. Like
No,
they
well,
want to cover
Dicks
it
are
up.
more effective than circles, is what we're getting
Yeah.
at.
But
Because if you draw a circle, that's just like a bumhole, and no one cares about
all
that.
I would say to that is that there are dicks on walls that have been there a long time.
You
Yeah.
can't fill a pothole on a wall.
So what's the difference between a road and a wall, apart from vertical?
Well, I guess if a dick's on a wall, that could be art. A dick on the
Could be a
floor.
Banksy.
What about art?
Well,
Well,
well, there we go. Wasted on you, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a confirmed zip.
What?
It's a
Oh, a
Francis
zip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would the zip be if, like, Francis Zip did it on that particular,
Yeah, he glues it
Pete,
he glues it into the wall.
on like the shaft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, on the shaft of the.
I mean
dick.
on the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on the shaft. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the only place you can put it.
You can't put a zip on a ball bag.
No.
I kind of feel we're drifting away from the original point here.
Are
What,
we
what was
really
the
though?
original point?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Andrew writes in.
Andy?
Andrew?
Can we call him Andy? A?
And
Can we call him A?
let's call him Ampersand.
Drew?
Ampersandrew.
You? Like a you?
Give me something new.
Drew.
No, I think the classics work quite well.
Andrew. Ando.
Andor.
Andor. Star Wars man.
I haven't watched that show yet.
You have not.
I've watched one episode.
Surprises me.
Andor writes in.
Andor.
Cassian Andor.
He says,
Cass?
Wookie.
See?
Wookie.
Wookie.
Vador.
Vador.
Palpatine.
Palpatine. Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Anyway, crack on.
Andor writes in and says, I hate it in films and TV when someone makes a call on a smartphone, and as they put it up to their ear, you can see that the screen is either blank or just on the home screen.
Yeah.
This
That is
brings
lazy.
to mind
That is lazy.
your greatest claim to fame, Chris Ray.
What is that?
Involve the television.
Oh.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah. I must have talked about this.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up again.
Liz and I were watching The Apprentice some years ago. When we were courting.
Ooh, that's a nice word.
And we watched The Apprentice. Probably the first year we were courting.
Yes.
And I think Liz noticed it actually rather than me.
You took credit.
I took credit for it.
Of course, yeah.
And it was that the spreadsheet on Alan Sugar's receptionist's computer.
Oh yes, I remember this.
Was opened in a Paint file.
Yes, it wasn't actually
or like
Excel.
an image viewer or whatever. It was it was a screenshot of an Excel file. So to
make it look like she's doing
Liz pointed it out. I took a photo of it, put it on Twitter, and it did numbers. Let me tell you, it
Virality.
did numbers. Yeah.
I was gonna say, was it really so much harder? Would it have been so much harder?
I don't know why they just didn't have a spreadsheet.
But then it occurs to me,
You've
got to pay.
You need an Office 365 subscription.
Yeah.
And
maybe.
and if you're just getting a shitty prop computer,
Well, it might not even have been a computer.
Might not have been, but you could Google image search a screenshot of Excel.
Yeah,
probably, and then just say right click, save that, and then open it in PowerPoint.
It might have just been a monitor with a USB in it.
So
that's true.
Save money.
What are they doing with their hands? Do you reckon the keyboard was even plugged in?
What keyboard?
You didn't see her type, did you?
You didn't see her type.
But I mean, surely
there wasn't even a monitor. It's all CGI.
But surely it would look odd if there wasn't at least a keyboard.
There was probably a keyboard.
I mean, I could look up the tweet, but I'm pretty sure it was quite a well-framed shot, just of the top of her head and the screen.
Yeah.
So blink and you miss it, kind of thing.
Wow.
But we didn't blink and we didn't miss it.
Just out of interest, how would you look up the tweet? Because it was a while ago.
Oh, I could. Because you can type on Twitter, you can just type in words and your account name if you remember the nature of the tweet. If I typed in screen grab CP-Ray86, that's my Twitter handle.
Oh no!
I don't go. I'm not really.
Your horrible opinions are suddenly going to.
If you want ranty things about Gillingham Football Club, you're very welcome to follow me. Oh yeah, I could find it, and it did. I think it got 4,000 likes / retweets.
So going back to Andor's point, I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen someone. I don't watch much TV, to be fair, but I don't think I've ever seen someone in the TV I do watch, which is usually Netflix shit or Disney Plus shit or whatever. I haven't seen someone pick up a phone and it'd be their home screen. Because the thing, this is modern phones, like smartphones. The screen turns off when you put it to your ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd be pressing shit with your cheek.
Yeah.
So screen being black is what you'd expect.
Yes.
I presume.
Yes.
But if the screen was lit and looked like a home screen, and I don't mean lit in a Gen Z way, I mean lit up.
I
then
don't know what you mean anymore.
Nobody knows.
No, it's not
I don't know
important.
what I mean. If the screen is lit up and you can see icons and shit on the home screen, that's a fuck up, right? I've never seen that happen.
Right.
But I'm not saying I don't believe it.
I
I'm
think
just
it
saying
probably
I've
has
never
happened.
seen that happen.
Do you think? Because I genuinely don't know. If I was trying to film a TV show, and one scene required someone to call 999,
888.
888. Sorry. All I could think of would be do you reckon can you get apps which simulate a phone?
Oh, I bet you can. Oh, that's an interesting
on a
point.
phone.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you see smartphones in film or TV, they never look like an interface you've ever seen.
No, that's true.
So they don't look like iOS. They don't look like Android.
They'd have to pay for the rights to.
So they make up some weird looking is it like a video that's playing on the screen of the phone?
It is,
Just to pretend that it looks like a call, and then they just put it to their ear and the screen turns off.
Yeah.
But you get that a bit in movies as well, where a character is say it's a horror movie, and it's the house is being bedeviled by a banshee or something like that. A banshee. And there's always that scene where the haggard mother goes, "Oh, I'm so worried about little Timmy. He's haunted by a banshee."
Yeah.
And conventional science says I'm crazy, and then they go to do a search on their laptop.
But it's not Google.
Only you can't use Google, so they go to Google.
Yeah. Gorgon. One knows.
Gorglor.
Ask Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one for Ask Jeeves, but I couldn't get there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is that it also looks shit because some poor prop guy has had to just take a crash course in UI design. I don't
Yeah.
know, and try and make something that looks like a Google homepage, but nothing else looks like a Google homepage. So when
No.
you approximate it, it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
And it always looks bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why you can't just use Google.
No, I don't know.
I don't see why that's an issue.
The most famous instance of this, perhaps, is an online phenomenon, if you will, of the Nelly video with Kelly Rowland. And she's texting Nelly, going, "Hey, Nelly," or whatever.
It's Kelly.
It's Kelly. Yeah, exactly.
Hey Nelly, it's
Yeah.
Kelly.
Where,
you want some jelly?
Where are you?
In your
would,
belly.
would you like to come round for some,
I did a fart.
horseplay
And it's smelly.
or whatever? That kind of thing.
Oh, you want to come around for some horseplay?
Just for some horseplay.
Probably what she wrote.
For some, like,
Yeah.
Being lit as she is.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But she's doing it on an Excel file.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard about this.
She's
Yeah.
typing in
She's
like
just typing
in
her
a
text
cell
into an Excel document.
on Excel, and then she wonders why Nelly hasn't texted her back.
What?
Probably because it's an Excel file.
On her
It's
phone?
on
Yeah,
her
yeah,
phone.
yeah, yeah.
So I think what it was trying to do, because it was product placement, so I think what they were trying to show
It's like
off,
a BlackBerry or something.
was the fact that this phone can run Excel. The problem is that the narrative of the scene is that she's sending a text. So those two things are completely at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Yet they just went for it. They just
So
fucking went
she just sends
hard.
sends this text, and then she's like, "Oh,
He's not
shit,
replying."
Nelly's not texting me back."
Have you
But it's
heard?
like-
though,
but that's-
Have you heard that some guy has taken time and effort to prove that it's actually possible to send a message
Really?
through Excel by
What?
using macros and keywords? Yeah, and he found a way to make Excel control his phone or something
Brilliant.
and send a message via SMS through Excel.
And it just says the message that.
so and then he
Kelly
finished his
Rowland
little sort of like thesis by
Yeah.
going, "That's probably what Kelly Rowland was doing."
Fair enough.
Probably was like using macros in Excel to send
Yeah.
a text. Probably what she was doing.
Oh yeah, that's the most famous one online.
Yeah,
definitely.
egregious.
Yeah.
There's a dude who paints incredible works of art in Excel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What, by colouring cells?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a legend.
Does he just zoom out and then?
I think so, yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like a pixel artist, but on a
They're mostly
grand
pictures of Tetris, but they're...
Yeah.
Alice writes in.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
nice
that's
name.
a pretty
That's
name,
lovely
Pretty
name,
name,
yeah.
yeah.
It says, I hate it. Now, it's quite niche, but come with me on this journey. I hate it when I have to divert my walking around the back of a car, only for that car to pull away.
Yeah.
And then I'm left walking around nothing, looking like a right fool.
Yeah.
I feel like the least they could do is stay there until I have gone all the way around.
Wait, I don't know if I can quite picture this right. So
Yeah,
the car's parked.
The car is parked. I actually commented on this and said this is a good one, and I never do that.
I know, that is rare
Because
for Chris Ray,
I
yeah.
don't care
That's
for
like
the
a
list.
gold star.
Generally, I don't care for the listener hates, but that's fine. But I did comment on that one.
I'll cut that. No.
No, so a car's parked, right? And you're like, oh, I'll walk around it because it's quicker for me to walk around than just wait or go the other way or whatever.
I see.
So you're walking around the back of the car and then because someone's in there, it moves. And then you're walking around nothing. I do that all the time.
And you look like a
all
gooner.
the time.
You're picking the wrong cars.
Why do you think the universe is picking on you like this?
Oh, it's hard to say, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's hard to say.
Do you ever feel like you're the punchline to some kind of cosmic joke?
Oh well,
think that.
I think if we get into that, we'll be here for a long time.
indeed,
We've only got a finite amount of time. Ambulance is on tonight, so I need to go home and watch that.
Is Ambulance like a fly on the wall documentary thing?
It's
kind
very
of?
good.
Yeah.
If you ever watch the BBC,
Which I don't.
Oh, fair enough.
No.
No,
But
no.
I don't
no.
object to it in any way.
No,
just
fine.
Don't watch it.
It's a
Yeah.
good show.
Sure.
Okay.
I recommend it.
Well, that's high praise coming from Chris Ray.
There you go.
Does it compete with Police Interceptors on
It
Quest?
depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for like shit rag television,
Oh,
then watch the Police show.
Police Interceptors.
If you're looking for
is
something that's generally like
fucking amazing.
aspirational and is like a
It's Police Interceptors.
it's more of
is
a people-focused
aspirational.
documentary.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Watch Ambulance, but yeah.
So does like an episode focus on like 3 to 4 cases that we're following? Like, you know,
It's 2 days at a time, basically. So you're in the
yeah.
control room, you're in the ambulance, you're in the house.
Oh, I love those control room
Yeah.
shots where
Yeah.
they talk in a way that no human being actually ever really talks.
No, but these are
We've
like
got
these
a
are just
code blue, everyone.
Yeah.
We've got a code blue.
Cat 1. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
It's a Cat
category
1.
what does that mean?
Oh, serious.
Is that a 999?
That's like a
Not a
cardiac. That's
555.
that's an
I mean,
arrest.
critical, acute,
That's
terrible.
that's an
one.
arrest.
Ah.
Like Cat 2 is if like you've fallen down a molehill or something.
Fallen down a molehill.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you
yeah.
mean like so like Cat 1 is like you've got to get there now.
Get there now.
yeah.
Divert that
Cat
ambulance.
2 is you can go get a Dunkin' Donuts on the way.
Cat
Yeah.
3 is a rope swing related incident.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a cat 1.
Oh, sorry.
You big
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You big shit.
Cat 3 is limbs flailing around independently.
Cat 4 is curled up fetal position saying help in a hospital.
Yeah.
Hello, 999. You've got to hurry. My friend's fallen. I think he's very badly hurt. What's he doing right now, sir? You just hold up the phone. You just oh my God! We'll be right there. All right.
There's a cat 1.
Don't panic. Just please,
Definitely
just
a cat 1.
Yeah.
lie down. Help is on
I
its
am
way.
like, I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And our final
Oh, we
listener,
got-
Oh, who's
of the
this?
evening. This comes from Jack.
Oh, Jack, friend of the show. What
Friend
should
of
we
the
call
show.
him?
Ack.
Let's call him Ack.
Jack. Jay?
Jar.
Jar.
Ja Rule writes, I'm not usually one for a hate, but
No.
Dot.
Normally I'd suggest sticking with that feeling.
and all he has shared is just for trailer to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, I did see that.
Oh, he hates the trick, does he?
Now,
Now,
here's my-
now, well,
here's
Now,
my-
it's time to get serious.
well,
here's my question. Right, I've seen the trailer.
it's not a
I
question,
couldn't-
Professor.
That's,
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's building to one.
My question is, I couldn't tell, and it still isn't a question. I couldn't tell if if Chris Pratt, who is voicing,
The Mario.
the Mario, yeah.
The Mario.
was doing an Italian accent or not.
I think he's doing like a Brooklyn accent.
He is doing something else. Like, I've watched it a few times.
But Mario's not from Brooklyn. Is that right? Is that
well,
correct?
I don't know.
I
what-
don't think Nintendo want to say where Mario's from.
Fine.
For racist reasons.
Sure, no, yeah. For racist reasons.
And how old is Mario?
Oh, he's a young. I think they confirmed that he's like a young 26-year-old hip dude.
Nintendo came out and said,
Nintendo said this
No,
is a
no.
press
What?
release.
They said he's not a plumber.
No,
and he's
shut up.
26 years old.
No, shut up.
He's not a plumber in this. What?
He's not a plumber, and he's 26 years
No,
old.
this is official. No,
No, he's not.
no. Nintendo.
What do you know? This is Nintendo said this. What do you know?
Nintendo-
Mario was born 40.
Well, no, he's 26.
No.
Actually, yeah.
He's a young 26-year-old.
No 26-year-old.
hip dude. He's a
if
hip
you're,
dude.
If you're talking about people taking a photo on their birthday every year, what is Mario doing?
Nintendo.
He's
was,
Benjamin buttoning it.
Yeah.
Must be.
but that is Nintendo's
Hard official line.
on Mario in general,
This is not the movie.
not in the movie.
This is general Mario.
so
in the Bible.
nobody asked. And then,
I mean,
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked, and Nintendo were like,
Can't stress enough how nobody asked.
cannot stress how he's 26 and he's not a plumber.
That's horseshit, though, isn't it?
But then this movie's coming out.
Voiced by Chris Pratt. He's young.
This movie that could make them quite a lot of money,
Uh,
more so than the video games, presumably.
is it
That's a good point.
going? Oh well, I don't know what I was going to ask. It already. Better is a very odd word, but like
You're going to say than Sonic.
You think it's going to be better than
it
Sonic?
hasn't got a wedding in a resort
No,
in
I
Hawaii. So
appreciate that.
I kind of feel like already the very fact that it's a CGI world kind of
It's not set on Earth. Is that correct?
It's set in the Mushroom Kingdom.
it's
It looks like
yeah,
It's set in Mario's land.
Mario's actual.
it's
world.
fully CGI.
Okay, fine.
Which
fully
is all I
CGI.
ever wanted from a
It
Sonic
does.
movie.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
have one up on Sonic in that case.
Yeah. That's all I ever fucking wanted.
Because I still can't, even after all this time, I look at Sonic 1 and I'm like, this totally gives the impression it was shot in a weekend. Like, we are cutting every
Well,
conceivable corner.
we obviously
to-
we did a whole commentary track about the movie, but that was just a movie written for a character. It
That
could have
was-
been a Mario movie.
Yeah.
That
It was
could
on
have
a
been-
shelf.
They could have
Yeah.
made a Super Mario movie with that script.
They could.
Yes.
Yes, they could.
Whereas, at least as you say, this one appears to be set in where it's supposed
Yeah.
to be set.
does appear that
Even
way.
though he is 26 when he's definitely not.
It's going to be weird for other reasons.
Are they trying to protect Chris Pratt? Is that what's
Protect him.
happening? Like, because people don't like Chris Pratt, do they?
Well, no, they don't. That's
For
true.
whatever
His
reason.
scar's fallen.
But
I don't mind him at all. Chris
they
Pratt.
announced this. Mario's 26 years old. They announced that like 6 years ago.
bollocks.
Maybe longer ago than that. There's long before there was even.
He's
a
not.
movie
He's
on
not
the card.
26.
You're wrong, Chris Ray.
I'm not.
You're wrong. No,
I'm
listen,
not.
You're wrong because that's Nintendo.
That's Nintendo.
They know that's their
Nin?
character.
We call him Nin.
Nintendo do what
N?
Mario don't, you know?
Endo?
Nintendo
Endo.
don't do what Sega do. Wait.
Nintendo don't. More like.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You are right.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's what Sega used to advertise their console.
I
Yeah.
think it will probably be, as a movie,
Fine. We're not going to
yeah, I kind of feel
not gonna go
like
see this.
it's not going to be.
I'm going to go see it.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking hell, I'm going to
You
go
gonna
see
go
it.
What? I think we saw Sonic. I think we have to.
Oh,
see
I actually,
Mario.
for journalistic balance,
But I never really played Mario.
I don't give a fuck what you play.
You play Mario Kart.
That's
Yeah, you
true.
play Mario
Maybe
Kart.
he's
Will he
got-
be in the car?
Maybe he's got a
Oh,
car.
if he'll
at
be
one
in the
point.
car, then
There
I can
might
go
be a
watch
chart
it.
in it.
If he's in the car, I can go watch it.
Suddenly you're like, oh, I don't like any of this. Wait. You didn't say he had a car.
Yeah, that does change things.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
scene in Sonic, the first Sonic movie, where he rides in a car for a long period of the movie, which is funny because he runs real fast.
Yes.
When they decided to make it a road trip movie, which is weird.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Was that before or after the kind of bar fight in
I
a sleazy country bar?
don't know because I maybe
I feel down. We're falling down the
You're
hole.
falling back into Sonic
the
again.
hole we've already been
It's
down.
so easy to talk about fucking
I
Sonic,
know,
not
yeah.
fucking him, but you know what I mean.
That guy.
Although,
Well, we can go. We can go watch it.
I wouldn't.
Sure.
Here's what I'm gonna. Here's my hot take.
Okay,
I would never put what we have seen of that Mario movie into the hate category. There you go. I'm saying it.
that's interesting.
That's not saying I'm putting it in the love category.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it is wild at this stage to put that in hate. I
Yeah.
think.
I think
That'll show
Ack.
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Ja
yeah.
Rule.
Ja Rule.
I think best case scenario, it is a perfectly fine movie.
I think that's most likely scenario.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
I would say
Best case scenario
it
is
is
good.
It looks more like a movie.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's in ways I can't
100%.
quite articulate. I don't really think that Sonic the Hedgehog was a movie.
No.
I can't quite explain. do you know what I'm saying? Like whereas like every scene looks like a weird cry for help. I can't.
Yeah.
Like there's something.
And let's not also forget the first pass that Sonic had with its trainer compared to this first pass that Mario's had.
that's
Yeah.
true.
It's very easy to not make that mistake. I
Yeah.
think. Don't give him human teeth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't give him human teeth.
Do kids like Mario?
It's a very good question.
my question.
It's a more popular franchise than Sonic.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They're releasing Lego Mario sets, and
There is a Lego Sonic set.
Is there?
Yeah.
I think there's one though. Whereas
Yeah.
I think Mario's
There's gonna be a lot
set
of
is
them.
growing and
I
growing and
understand.
growing and growing.
I think
I would have said that would be the other way around.
it's funny.
I
Isn't
don't
it?
know.
I would argue that it should be
Yeah.
because
Mario
of-
is baffling. He
world-
I don't know what's particularly relatable about Mario. Well, I mean, Sonic's a blue hedgehog.
I mean,
so
I take
don't
it
really
back
know what
from
I'm
the
talking
perspective of like I've played all the Mario games basically, and Mario is probably almost entirely a better game every time I've ever played it. But in my opinion, Sonic had the potential to be better
Yes.
from a design perspective, but never quite reached it from a
Yeah.
gameplay perspective.
I think
That's very succinctly put.
that's it's very good. Yeah, and Sonic for like the last 20 years has just been like,
just a load
nobody
of
knows what the hell is
throwing
going
shit at
on.
the
Yeah,
wall.
That's,
yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Who's got love?
I suppose it's me, isn't it?
Yeah, I
you.
think it's
It's your turn.
Nick's turn. Yeah.
My love is the fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter and it's all going wrong. I fucking love how much it's going wrong.
Is
for
it
him.
going wrong?
It's going wrong.
that's good.
I've not.
That's
I'll be
good.
honest. I've not. I saw him walk into a building with a sink.
Yeah, which is weird.
What?
And that. Yeah.
He
that's
walked
all
into
I've-
Twitter HQ.
That's all I've seen.
There's a video clip of him walking into Twitter HQ with a sink, like a kitchen.
And the caption was "Let that sink in."
Yeah.
What?
Let that sink in.
I
Let
think
that
that's.
sink in.
I think it's meant to be funny, but we haven't had any context for it. So
But I think the context is let that. I'm at Twitter. Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
yeah, but there's no second meaning to that. There's no subtext. Like he is literally carrying a sink in.
Yeah.
But,
He's
like,
let
but
that
the joke should be a double meaning. Like
Yeah.
he also needs the sink for some reason, but he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I could just do anything and then put a word joke in there.
Yeah.
That's got to be a reason for him
For him
bringing
to have
the
the sink in the
as
first
well.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's fucking. But
Oh,
he
he's
is
a-
weird.
He's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
But his
I'm just
whole
putting it out there.
whole thing was I'm going to make Twitter a place for free speech again.
Mm.
That was his whole fucking like mega campaign, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets there and he fires shitloads of the staff, right? Kicks them all
That's
out.
good. Yeah.
And then all of the advertisers who are partnered with Twitter are like, if you do this,
Yeah.
we'll leave
Yeah.
because we will not associate our brands with people saying racist fucking shit on your website, which is what your site was famous for before you brought in greater controls and banned people.
Yeah.
So he just U-turned. He just fucking U-turned on it and just turned around going, well, I mean, free speech to a limit. I can't just let anyone say anything, which
Sure.
is literally the horse he rode in
What
on.
it- yeah.
Was I'm going to let people say whatever they want and I'm going to unban Donald Trump, which he's also U-turned on.
Has he?
And so he is making enemies of both sides. All of his hardcore fucking daddy Elon fans are now turning on him because he's turned on the free speech promise that he made.
He can't win.
He will
And
lose.
Yeah.
And potentially he'll lose everything.
Yeah.
Because this cost him a lot.
Yeah.
And
Because he tried to pull out.
Yeah.
He
tried to pull out,
But
and
now
they-
he's claiming he
Yeah.
didn't. Now he's claiming
But
he didn't.
they stopped him pulling out.
Yeah, because
Even
he
though-
legally
even though-
fucking signed the
'Cause-
contract.
claims he didn't. Yeah.
Because I don't think it's especially libelous or slanderous to suggest that
He's not listening to this.
that Elon Musk
actually he
is
does, yeah.
quite a fan of the wacky backy, the sweet Mary Jane.
He's made a
And-
point of it.
And maybe when it's like 2 a.m. and he's on his second bag of Timbits and, he maybe goes on Twitter and says like, oh, I'm thinking about, he's blazed and he goes, I'm thinking about buying Twitter. And that gets 58 million retweets.
Yeah.
And then in the morning he's like, oh, fuck,
Gotta
I
do
say?
it now.
And that'd be fine, like if you or I did something stupid, but he's got shareholders, he's got like investors, and like a lot of people go, dickhead, when you go on a public forum and you say, I'm going to float my company or I'm going to buy Twitter, people take notice. It affects the stock market. It's reckless. You can't do this shit.
No.
So now you have to buy it because you said you were going to buy it.
And it's hilarious as well because he genuinely thinks that the problems with Twitter are problems that can be solved via engineering. Because, of course, all of his background, not his personally, but his companies that he's bought and owned, all have engineering background. So he kicked a load of the Twitter coders out, brought in Tesla coders to fix Twitter. And they all looked at it after like 20 minutes and were just like, there's no problem with the fucking code, dude. The problem is the people.
Is the content and the people behind the content.
Yeah, it's a fine bar in English, but it's no swimming pool.
But the wildest thing is when you buy Twitter, what you've bought is the users. That's what you've bought.
Yeah.
And he's one of the biggest users on there. So what's Elon done? He bought himself for $43 billion. It's fucking insane. He is absolutely. There's no other word for it. He's just dumb. He's just an idiot.
I'm just so tired of living in his weird Tony Stark fan fiction.
I know.
Yeah. Like, fuck off, please. Go back to making batteries. Stop trying to.
Yeah.
I know.
He can't win with it though. He won't.
No.
You're right. He won't.
Yeah.
He won't. But like
It will.
there's
Yeah,
nothing-
it'll all go wrong somehow if it hasn't already.
There's no better thing that can happen than for it to blow up on his terms. He did this thing, and now he's reaping the consequences of it. He has bought his own personal hell. That's literally there's articles written that literally have that as the headline, and it's fucking hilarious because it's a beast of his own making, and he's going to go down with it because Twitter was going down anyway. Twitter's going to be dead in 5 years, probably.
Good.
And he thinks he can fix it by allowing all the racists back in. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then he U-turns on that anyway. It's just fucking hilarious. It's just such a fucking car crash. And I'm so happy.
Baby bird, listen. Num num num.
Feed it in.
Daddy like.
Mine is similarly highbrow.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
My love is being a connoisseur of gravy granules. Oh yeah. Similarly eyebrow.
Sure, I've not followed the musical career of Gravy Granules. but-
Gravy granules. No.
Gravy granules.
So the thing is with gravy granules, I like gravy on things. Sure.
Anything.
Sure,
Maybe
sure,
on a
of course.
sandwich.
Yeah. Your brother internet
well,
gums.
about that.
Yeah.
I'll have it on a roast.
Okay.
I'll have it on bangers and mash.
Sure, yeah.
A bit more traditional.
Oh, you gotta.
I'll have it on pasta.
Gotta.
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
I've had it on pasta.
Sure.
I don't so much these days.
No.
Because it's
Because
not
a crime.
Good. It's not good for my gut health.
think
Well,
It's a big crime.
at least the pasta is wet. It's going to dissolve in and everything.
It does taste
Like,
nice, actually.
makes
If
a
I could
kind
do
of
it more
broth.
often, I would.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm,
mean, I
I'm,
like
in,
pasta and I
I'm in
like
my
gravy.
mid-30s now.
Makes a
So
seductive broth.
I simply
that's
mustn't.
good, yeah.
What else you had it on?
Oh, I have like a gravy sandwich.
How does that work?
I put the bread on my used gravy,
Oh, okay.
flip it around, and then I'll put it in bread.
Right.
And I'll eat that.
So 2 pieces of dry bread
Yeah.
with a soaked bread in
Absolutely.
between. Okay, that sounds pretty good actually. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd eat the shit out of
Oh,
that.
you've got it. What I like about that is that I know different types of gravy granules now. Like I know, for example, that a Bisto that needs a pre-watering. So you need to put a little drop of water in with the Bisto granules. Otherwise, it'll the granules will stay after you put the hot water in. So you need to make a paste with the gravy granules.
Oh, yeah,
With the Bisto
yeah.
granules. But
Yeah.
you don't need to do that with the Aldi version.
Oh, is that true?
If you do that with the Aldi version, it will ruin it.
Interesting.
Fact.
So they're using completely different technology.
Yep, the granules are bigger.
Gravy technology.
The Aldi granules are much bigger than the Bisto granules, so you just put the hot water straight in, and
Sure.
it makes a lovely smooth gravy.
Greater surface area you see on the granules.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's the difference between types of granules. I know the difference between flavors.
Do you think if we got 3 gravies
Yeah,
made up in front
I
of
thought you might ask me
you,
this.
three cups of
Yeah.
delicious
Yeah.
gravy, steaming hot,
Yeah,
and I said to you, one's Bisto, one's
Yeah.
Aldi,
Yeah.
and one's
Nor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think
I can tell the difference.
I want to do this?
I'm confident I could tell the difference.
Plus, also, I want a cup of gravy. I want
Yeah.
to go. I want to go boat.
I'd
to
love
throat.
a cup of gravy.
That's a very like 1950s.
Get some shot glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all have.
We'll all have. All right, I'll bring.
Oh no, this is
right.
great, right? Because
Okay.
we can be the control.
Yeah.
Because we're fucking idiots, right? You're the gravy connoisseur.
Yeah.
Sure.
So John and I can represent the layman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
People who can't
I'll
tell
bring
gravy
some
from
gravy granules in.
You'll be. Everything's on the line here, though.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
this
I'm
is-
all right with that.
This is your buying
But I,
Twitter.
this is fine. But I could like these are. I'm talking exclusively beef here.
Sure,
Red
gotta
label-
be- yeah.
Red
I'm happy to
label
stick in beef zone.
Yeah.
granules.
Yeah.
Fine.
A red box.
But I
Yeah.
could tell you what a vegetable one is. I could tell you a chicken
We'll
one.
stick- we can stick with
a
beef for
turkey
now.
one. Turkey's purple. I can tell you the difference between all of those, but I'm talking exclusively beef red.
Beef red.
beef red.
Beef red,
Yeah.
probably reduced salt because I'm in my mid-30s.
I'm fine with reduced salt.
Reduced salt version.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll just add some salt in.
And I could just tell the difference. Easy, no
Sure.
problem. Don't worry about it.
Fuck me. That
Absolutely.
sounds like a great day.
No problem.
We could do that as a bonus episode.
Yeah.
The gravy episode.
The gravy
The
train.
gravy train.
The gravy
Gravy
train.
train.
Toot, toot.
All aboard.
Yes.
All aboard the gravy train.
Can we get little gravy boats?
Yeah,
And
we
they go,
should. Yeah, we should.
Like sup from a boat.
Yeah,
These are-
absolutely. I can tell you as well. If you want tips on gravy, John, you look like you do.
Desperately.
Don't get the Tesco own brand.
Really?
Don't get it.
Really?
The red Tesco one. It's far too salty.
Oh god.
Doesn't even taste like gravy.
What does it taste like?
Brown and
Just,
water.
just. It tastes like sort of
Wax
like
crayons.
gone off salt, like sour salt.
Oh.
Don't.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
That's my one tip for you if you're out there and you're wondering what gravy should I get.
Thank
now?
you.
Don't go
Because you're
for
probably now
Tesco's own
thinking
brand.
about gravy.
I'm definitely. thinking
I'm
about
certainly
it.
thinking about
It's called like
gravy, yeah.
I think
Stockwell's
I'm
or something like that.
salivating, actually.
It's called Stockwell's.
Sure.
Stockwell.
It's Tesco. Don't buy it. It's awful. But go Aldi's is good. Bisto you can't go wrong.
I feel
but
like
you make
there's another
sure-
big brand of gravy that we're forgetting about here.
Oxo.
That's-
That's more of a stock than a gravy.
Yeah,
though.
sure.
But if you get the Bisto, pre-water the granules before you put the hot water in.
That's some
So
great
that makes a
advice.
nice paste, and then that's nice and smooth.
That's great
Whereas if you
advice.
put the hot water straight in with the Bisto, you'll get the granules will just like plump up, and you'll get like little
Nuggets.
nuggets of like
No one
granules
wants
in
a
there. You don't
gravy
want
nugget.
those. You want a nice, smooth, thick, shiny gravy.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Shiny. It's
Polished,
got to have,
shiny.
it's got to have a skin.
It's got to have a shine. Not
Oh,
a
you want
skin.
it-
Not a
yeah.
skin.
No,
No, it
no,
must
not a
never.
skin. Oh,
it
I'm
must
sorry,
never
no.
have a skin, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
It must have
Absolute
a.
monster.
It must have a nice thick shine.
I don't have gravy very often.
It must.
do
It must
I.
coat the throat.
Oh,
Oh, I see. Like a fridge milkshake.
Yeah, exactly.
like that one drink if you got heartburn and
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
pink-
Gaviscon.
Gaviscon,
Yeah, exactly.
the pink firemen slide down your
But
throat.
those-
Yeah.
Top tips: no to
My
Tesco.
favourite porn baby.
Pre-water your Bisto,
Pre-water your Bisco.
and Aldi you can have dry.
Wow.
What, like...
You just put your hot water. No, don't
Just
eat
chuck
it.
a
Don't eat
granule
it.
in
No,
your
no,
mouth.
no.
Like
You must
instant
never. You must never eat a granule dry.
Really?
Probably. But you can just put
That's
your hot water,
heresy.
put your hot water straight in.
That feels like an internet challenge. Like when people
just
go
to eat the
like
granule?
eating a Tide Pod or someone eating an entire Oxford.
It's
I mean,
a cinnamon
I'm
challenge.
Yeah.
sure you could, and you'd be all right. But
We could maybe do that as well.
I
on the
don't
gravy,
know.
on the gravy
'cause
train
I
episode.
can't call myself a gravy connoisseur and then eat a raw granule.
Well, you can't...
They'll laugh me out of there, John.
No, you. That's the sort of like... that's the test to get into
Yeah.
the gravy.
No, I
consultancy.
would refuse. And
Your
they
Facebook
would
group will
respect
never
me
let you
because of
back
it.
in.
Really?
Exactly.
The
It
gravy
brings me back to
Institute.
one of my greatest pranks at uni as well, which is when we filled someone's cistern with 7 tubs of gravy granules,
That's
and they were flushing gravy for 3 weeks. That was great.
flushing gravy.
They were flushing gravy.
Ah,
That's very impressive.
that is
Good.
funny.
To waste
Yeah.
the granules, actually.
It
Yeah.
was actually.
We didn't
In
even
retrospect.
pre-water
It's
them.
not something. Jeez, good God.
Yeah.
I've got love.
There you go.
I love the existential pain of Egg Stafford.
Oh dear.
Are you familiar with the work of Egg Stafford?
I don't think so.
I was not familiar with the work of Egg Stafford until Nick and I spent a working weekend at a comic convention
yes.
in London town.
Yes.
And on the Saturday night, where we were so tired we could barely stand, we retreated to the hotel room
Yeah.
and we put on Quest.
Are we sure?
It's the only time that we watch conventional terrestrial TV.
Yeah, because there's a telly in the hotel room.
Yeah, you got to.
And we were suddenly discovered to the wonderful world of Egg Stafford. And Egg Stafford is an explorer.
He's a survivor.
Okay.
A survivalist,
No,
yeah.
I've never.
He's a competitor for Bear Grylls, although saying that gives
Right.
him far too much credit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he managed to get on telly though.
He did manage to get on telly.
Yeah.
So supposedly he's the first man to have walked the length of the Amazon.
Oh.
Something no one asked him to do.
No, sure.
No.
And he had a guide.
And no one can probably prove either.
But
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Our introduction to Ed Stafford was the fact that we flicked through the guide on the TV, and then we saw it, and we saw like Adventures with Ed Stafford. We were like, this might be a laugh.
Yeah.
And we click on it. And I mean, describe the first thing we saw, John. I mean,
First thing we see is a man who, admittedly, looks like a thumb.
Right.
Missing one of his front teeth.
Brilliant.
Kind of just making some kind of pained noise.
he was
I
like
think.
crawling out of a bivouac that he'd made out of like sticks and pine needles,
Right.
and he just goes. "Oh!" as he climbs out of it because it's in this really awkward like shape.
So we watched.
That was the first thing we saw of him was a man missing a tooth,
Yeah.
screaming as he crawled out of a bivouac. And we're just like, is that Ed? And
We didn't
were
know who Ed
We were
was,
so
yeah.
sure at this point that can't be Ed.
No.
Because this guy looked
He
so,
looks like an amateur.
So
incompetent.
incompetent.
Yeah,
It looked
yeah.
like you or I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Worse than you or I, because he'd lost a fucking tooth.
He looks like the contestant. Sort
So
of thing, yeah.
we end that first. We
and
watched.
it was a game show, you see. There
Yeah.
were contestants, you
We
see.
watched 2 hours of Ed, and the first hour was, and it was a game show format, as Nick said, and the format was that every episode, Ed goes toe to toe with another survivalist
Right.
to like race
To a race,
to a
to a
point.
point. Yeah,
Like they were
okay.
climbing some mountain,
Right.
And the idea is, the format was really messy and confusing because they kind of like get dropped in the wilderness, but they have like some equipment,
but
but-
not a lot.
but not
They
Okay.
had rope and a knife,
but not gloves.
Okay.
but not gloves and no food.
But he's wearing a coat.
yeah, it
you
was
know.
very
So he just leaves them there, and they have to sort of
kind of.
But he's
get
one of
to
them.
where they're going.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
he's
it's
one
very-
of them. He's
yeah.
one of
But
them.
it's very hard to believe that they're really doing what they're doing because
Sure.
we saw Ed Stafford set a trap and
Oh.
catch a rat.
Did he?
Yeah.
And then he ate a rat on his first night.
Oh.
And then we never saw him eat anything ever again.
And they were out there for like
Why would he need to
4
do that on the
days.
first night?
I don't
mean,
know. Well, ostensibly,
man's gotta eat.
he's got to eat, yeah.
But not that soon.
But we're watching a
Stayed at the
man.
hotel the night
We're
before.
watching a man who's clearly freezing to death with missing a tooth,
Yeah.
eating all of a
Now,
rat.
can I ask a question at this point?
Yeah.
do.
Was the tooth already missing?
Well,
we missed the beginning.
we
of
missed the beginning of the
Is
episode,
that
so
part
we
of
don't
his
know.
brand?
But the second, the
Yeah.
episode
The second hour.
was
Yeah.
was another Ed Stafford show, but
Right.
a different show. It wasn't a game show.
Did he have his tooth?
And he had his tooth.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
What a shame you didn't see whether,
Oh.
whether or not he lost it.
My headcanon
Yeah.
is that episode started. He tripped over and he lost a tooth.
At the
But
start
they
line.
won.
At the start line.
But
They
literally,
all run and someone's tied his laces together.
Yeah.
but that first episode, we've just watched this man eat a rat,
Yeah.
and just say to the camera,
Did he cook it?
Yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
we've watched him say to the camera without irony, they're like, got to practice the carnivore diet, but it only works if you eat the whole rat.
Got to eat everything.
You got to eat the
All
whole
the
rat.
bones.
He eats the
He's like,
eats the organs.
so we're watching a man with like the
Tiny kidney.
the organs, the kidneys of a rat on the end of his knife. And he goes, "Here we go," and then smash cut to him foraging and goes like, "Found a scapula, just found a bone. That could be I don't know,
could be
a
an
shovel.
oar.
Yeah,
could be an
sure.
oar. Could be a shovel."
He just finds a shoulder blade out on the side of a fucking mountain.
Oh, sure.
Just like, okay, cool, yeah.
Use
Ed
that.
Stafford found a scapula,
Yeah.
I guess.
And he
Yeah.
goes like, here's a horn, and this branch looks a bit like an L. Maybe I can make like an axe, like
Oh,
like an
sure.
ice axe, And then he makes like a snowshoe,
Yeah.
which he doesn't use. Waste
But
value.
he uses it for. We get one clip of him using his snowshoes that he
Right.
spent like an afternoon making.
Brilliant.
And he just slips
Wasting
backwards
precious
down the hill.
time.
He's slipping on the snow. Next shot, he's not wearing them.
Yeah.
So obviously they were shit. Like,
And he and like, but the film, everything about it was just so surreal because he goes,
haphazard.
he starts climbing this mountain, and then the next thing you know, it's like nighttime.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I've got to make a like a nest for the
Yeah,
night.
snow
so
shelter.
otherwise I'll die."
Yeah.
So then he starts digging a hole in the snow, and then like almost buries himself because
He goes into the hole as he's digging it.
Right.
And then it smash cuts, and he sat outside his holding, and he's like, I made a huge mistake there because as I was digging it, the thing started to collapse in on me, and I realised that I actually probably what I need to do is dig a hole and then enter it. It's like, yeah, like, is this your first time?
And there's one night where he goes, "Oh, it's very important to make a shelter," and he finds like 2 rocks, like largest rocks, and he gets like some like sticks.
Right.
Impressive. He found sticks, and
Yeah.
he puts these sticks over these 2 rocks, and he goes,
Makes a roof.
and he's like, "Yeah, this would be a nice little bed." Smash cut, and it's like
He's
like,
shivering.
and it's like night vision, and it's just a man in a
In the
fetal
fetal
position
position.
under 2 rocks and some twigs.
And he says, literally says to the camera, I made a huge mistake here. I'm fucking cold.
It's like minus 25.
And meanwhile, his competitor, which is a woman, like a woman.
Oh my God.
She's got fire. She's cooking a fucking pheasant that she caught. You know, she's built like a small structure that's like a
Sure.
well-defended fort, and he's there shivering in night vision under his stupid fucking roof that he made.
Professional.
Oh, and she wasn't much better.
She
because
wasn't, to be fair,
she-
but compared to him,
She skinned this pheasant, ate it, so
Right.
that's good eating.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she's got like the skin of this pheasant with all the kind of feathers attached to it. She goes, "Oh, that's wonderful insulation." He goes, "The natives, people who live here originally, you know, they'd use those feathers as insulation." And I'm going like, well, yeah, like feathers, but they're not just gonna wrap half a chicken
Go around wearing,
them.
they're wearing the skin of a pheasant.
So she ties the skin of this pheasant around her lower face, and she's
it's
going
over
like,
her nose and mouth.
a pheasant beard.
So she's
Yeah.
got a pheasant feathery beard.
Sure.
and she's like, "Oh, it's wonderful installation." Smash cut, not wearing it anymore. It's like, God damn. Then the next show, this is the one that killed it for us. The next show, the format of this show is it goes on Google Maps, and it's literally goes like, I've gone on Google Maps and I found weird things from space.
Weird,
and
unexplained things.
Unexplained.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one was
Unexplained.
called Into the Unknown.
Yeah.
So he's a
Stafford.
conspiracy theorist.
So it's like Siberia.
Right.
He goes, "I found this weird crater. What is it? It looks really weird.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna go there." You know, he goes, "I leave tomorrow." I mean, it's him in his flat, like packing his bag and stuff. He's got, like 5 pairs of gloves. And we're
Yeah.
like, "Oh well, this will be."
Oh, he's clearly
interesting, I
very well
suppose."
equipped for this one.
Yeah.
Then he gets on a plane. Then he gets on a freight plane because he's
Right.
getting like
Yeah,
further,
yeah, yeah.
further.
Sat in the
Sure.
hold.
Then he arrives in like this middle of nowhere town in like rural Russia, and he goes, "I've made it. Now I need to find someone who can speak English." Yeah.
Okay.
And he finds this lady who's like a student and she wants to practice her English. She goes,
Right.
"Excellent." He goes, "Now it's a 12-hour bus journey." Yeah, and I'm like, this isn't exactly the rural survivalist I was
Yeah.
expecting. I mean, it looks
She goes with him though on this 12-hour bus journey
sure.
across a frozen
yeah.
river.
Right.
So and then beyond that, Meek's like
Leonid.
this local guy, who draws him a map. Like literally does everything for
Right.
him.
But it turns out Leonid lives about 3k away from the crater.
Okay.
This mystery
That's good
crater,
news.
yeah. And then
So far he's done nothing but use public transport.
Yeah.
I use public transport, and now I'm using local knowledge.
So then, and then Leonid lets him into his Land Rover and
Brilliant.
drives him.
I didn't even walk it.
Drives him to like the base of the hill,
Right.
draws him a map,
Yeah.
leaves it, and goes.
Now you're on your own. This is the first
so
moment.
This is we're like 58 minutes into
So
this
it's
hour.
like, oh right. Okay, cool. Right. Stafford's adventure begins.
Yeah.
Right.
Seconds pass. Right.
Yeah.
And he's lost. He's 2k away from the crater, and he's talking to the camera, and he's like, "I've got the scale wrong on the map. I've no idea where I am. None of these features seem to be matching what I'm seeing on the map." And so he gets out his satellite phone and calls Leonid and goes home.
It goes back to his house.
Yes.
Goes back
And
to
then-
Leonid's house, has an argument with him over the fact that Leonid told him the scale of the map, but actually he'd misheard and got it wrong. And we get a flashback in black and white where we see Leonid say the scale of the map, and Stafford got it wrong.
And then he like recharges, goes back out,
Yeah.
and now all he's got to do is climb this hill. And I don't want to like make light of the fact he's still got to climb a
It's
hill.
still tough.
But it's
Sure.
like it's very cold, but it's doable.
It's like the last 2% of the journey.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. He just has to walk up a hill.
And then, but he starts climbing up this hill, and he goes about. But of course, night is falling, and in this region of the world, the temperature can plummet to minus 25 degrees. It's essential that I find shelter now. Smash cut to him. He goes.
Why Why is he going out at that time?
No,
I know.
Bertie-
He's only got a walk.
Bertie smash cuts to him and he goes, I've decided to take a leaf out of the natives, the local tribes that live in this region, so I won't be using my tent. You know,
He's packed a tent and he's not using it.
so he starts
A
cutting.
2 kilometre walk.
So
I know.
he's built a fire and he starts cutting down like
Small trees.
yeah, and he builds like a lean-to shelter just big enough for a man to lie in front of his fire. And he goes, and with a fire in front of me and a wall behind me, this is going to reflect heat wonderfully. I'm going to be really toasty all night long. Smash cut. Morning.
I feel terrible.
And literally the first noise he makes is like, ah!
And it's this wide camera angle, and we see this man huddled in a sleeping bag just goes, oh, like that. And then we hear the narration over the top, and he goes, I miscalculated the direction of the smoke in the night. The fire went out, and the smoke just went straight into my sleeping bag.
His face is black.
He looks like a Victorian chimney sweep.
He looks like he's dying because he spent the entire night out with no shelter and
Inhaling smoke. His
Inhaling
voice is
smoke.
fucked. His face is black. He looks like a complete idiot.
And he's got frostbite.
And he gets frostbite in his foot, and he's only got like about half an hour to walk.
He said he's like a 2 kilometre walk.
And he didn't pack proper shoes.
Oh,
And he goes,
He didn't use his tent. It's just mystifying.
Jesus.
and he's a sort of,
Are we sure this isn't a parody?
no,
No,
it's
we're not
astonishing.
sure. So we Googled. We were like, Ed Stafford,
He's got to be
like,
an idiot.
like an idiot.
He's
or
got to
something.
be an idiot.
And everyone's on board. Everyone's like, no, Ed Stafford's a legend. He puts Bear Grylls to shame. All this kind of. We're like, does he though? Like, he's got soot all over his
He's
face.
so.
And then he gets to the
I
crater
love,
at
I
the
love
end.
the idea that he wakes up like that morning and in the distance you just see, what's the lad's name? Whose house is it?
Leonid.
You just see his house.
Yeah, you can
And
still
he
see
just,
it.
he just goes, morning.
All right, mate. No!
That cry of pain when he woke up.
It was so weird that they kept that in.
Uh.
Like, both episodes, but 2 separate shows, but Ed
Yeah.
Stafford, like, both of them had a cry of pain in them. And it's just so strange that they went with that. But then he made it to the crater, but then we only had like a minute left of the show.
I assume the point of it would be he would investigate the crater.
Yeah, I
and
thought
like
so too.
explore the mysteries.
That was
of
the
it.
one thing that was keeping me
Yeah.
interested. And then he gets there and he goes, sure, and the credits are rolling. And he's
he
like, sure enough, the crater looks proper weird, but I've got no time to explore it. I've got to get back to the Leonid's house. And it's like,
Because I will die.
I'm gonna, and then we get a photo montage of him in hospital because of his frostbite. And that's the show. We were like, what the fuck?
But he says, at one point, he says like just 2 completely contradictory statements back to back. He goes, now, admittedly, I've never claimed to be an expert in cold weather temperatures, but I am an expert in all environments. I'm like,
All environments.
Ed, what are you saying? What are you saying, Ed?
You clearly not because you got frostbite from a 2K walk, so I don't think you are an expert.
You don't speak the language. You didn't bring the right equipment. I think you would have died. I think you would have
If
died,
it wasn't
Ed.
for fucking Leonid, he'd have
He'd
been
have perished
He'd have perished
on
yeah.
his 2 kilometre walk.
Fucking idiot. Like,
Oh, good stuff.
Hilarious.
Good stuff.
So
Nice.
Leonid's the real hero.
So go
Leonid.
watch the Meg Stafford content. It's astounding.
It's
Yeah.
as good as what we saw. 2 different episodes of 2 different shows, and they were both fucking gold.
Oh dear.
Ah.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
I enjoyed that.
what do we think won?
Well, I think after that,
I
I think
think
Love
I know.
won.
Yeah, let's go with
gotta be
that.
love.
Let's go with that.
Oh, my life.
Oh, it was too good.
Oh, good on Ed. Hope he's all right.
Might not be.
No, he's in hospital.
Oh!